moving across country or across town. Be a pack rat. Join the Pack Rat family. Call Pack Rat right now for your free quote. See y'all later, Pack Rats.
Call 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. That's 800-965-1298.
WKGN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock at 3:02 on a Thursday afternoon edition of the program. We are live today at Barley's Taproom and or Pizzeria alongside Bob Baskerville and Bear. Russell Smith with you here. Walker Smith back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. And boys, it's always good to be out here amongst the beautiful people at Barley's.
Absolutely is. How many nice days weather-wise have we had consecutively now?
Don't jinx it.
I mean, it's crazy. I was just walking in going, man, I'll be complaining about it later when we get a little colder. But yes, it's nice to be down here and kind of calm before the storm because this is always a big trivia night here at Barley. So it'll be hopping even more so tonight.
Yes, you got Thursday night sports trivia down here at 7 p.m. Bring your friends down here. We've done this a couple of times. It's one of the better trivia nights in the region. Well, I mean, you would expect us to say that. It's, after all, a sponsor, but it's also sports trivia. So it's a lot of fun. You bring down a table, and I don't know if I'm allowed to give away who is the host of sports trivia, but it's a familiar name and voice to listeners of The Drive. I'll just leave it at that. So bring your crew down, and they give gift cards and all that good stuff. So great pizza, great atmosphere. They'll have the Bills game on, Bills and Dolphins tonight. Dolphins desperately needing a win. Mike McDaniel has the look of a man who's just
stop shaving,
waiting for the axe to fall.
That picture of him coming out of the weekend was god-awful.
And if you're a real degenerate, they may even put on the Rice at Charlotte game as well. That's happening at the same time tonight.
Remind me, I need to text the Sheik and see what the play is
on
Rice
that one.
And
Charlotte.
It's a tight one, I'll tell you that.
American Athletic Conference football on a Thursday night. It doesn't get much better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Is that in Houston or Charlotte?
It's in Charlotte.
Okay.
It's on the 4-letter. That just shows you how little is going on if in college football, at least, if ESPN's got the rights to that one. I'll be watching Bills and Dolphins for sure.
So sports trivia tonight down here at Barley's. And then coming up next week, we've got another Fan Run Radio listener watch party that we're really excited about. I want you to make plans now to come out and watch the Mississippi State game with us here at Barley's. We're 1-0 here as a watch party destination.
Yes, sir.
So we're batting 1,000 so far. We got to keep that mojo going.
By the way, totally unaided, but I'm on a text thread with friends of mine who I grew up with up in Indiana, and then one of their cousins who lives down in like West Palm Beach, Florida. It's just kind of wide-reaching. And the kid that's in West Palm sent on the thread today, hey, have you seen this? We need to go to Starkville. And it was what we talked about yesterday, the biscuits and gravy wrestling promotion at the Pony. And I was like, funny you'd mention that. Great minds. We've already covered that.
Still haven't found out. We did place a call to the establishment this morning. I guess nobody is there at 9:30 in the morning.
I'm probably there now.
So, maybe that's a good job for young Walker Smith. Walker, will you call down to the Pony in Starkville, Mississippi, tell them that this is Walker Smith calling from Fan Run Radio in Knoxville, And inquiring minds want to know, A, will there be contestants? Can Tennessee fans wrestle with the ladies at the Pony in the biscuits and gravy? And B, this was a listener question, not necessarily mine, but will they be serving the biscuits and gravy after the matches?
Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'll make sure I say, hi, my name's Russell Smith. I'm here at a Knoxville.
You can do that. Yeah. Hold on now, Walker. I'm not giving you
comfortable doing it, Walker. I'll do it.
No, I'll do it. I might use Bear's name instead.
No, you won't.
You can use my name. I don't care. That's fine. I want answers to the questions. This is not a gag. This is not a stunt. Okay, this is serious journalism, and you're either up to the task or you're not, Walker. I'll get Bear to do it if I have to.
I mean, I'll do it right now.
You know me. I absolutely love Big J journalism. Can you remind me what those questions are, and I'll get right on it.
For the love of God, kid.
It doesn't sound like you're up to the task, quite frankly.
I'm up to it.
We'll handle it behind the scenes. All right, leave this to the professionals. Walker Smith, still not quite ready for prime time. Lucas Panzica coming up in hour number 2 of 104.5 The Zone in Nashville and Titans Radio.
Looking forward to talking to LP.
Well, it's always when we have Lucas on. Bob and I were talking earlier how much to structure the conversation towards the Vols and the Titans. I mean, it's a sad state of affairs when you're 2 weeks into the regular season and already it's like we're going to talk mostly Vols, maybe a Titans question at the end if we have time.
Oh yeah, goes without saying.
I don't think there's much to discuss when it comes to my Titans. It's kind of it's out there on Front Street for everybody to see. We all know the deal there. Not a lot of mystery.
I haven't looked at the line on that game with my Colts.
It's like 4.5 earlier this week.
That sounds fair.
The Crown Cleaners Crown Pick of the Week contest is live on Facebook. Go check out our Facebook page and give us a like there, facebook.com/The Drive with Russell Smith. And be sure to put your score prediction. And I'm not going to put the listener on blast, but it is really somebody who should know better. He is a caller, and he DM'd me his score, like private messaged it to me on Facebook.
There's like 3 different mistakes there.
I thought we were past this as an audience. We didn't have much problems with this last year. We got through the first 2 ball games without any issues. This year, I thought, great, I don't even have to make this announcement anymore. But folks, the score does not count unless you put it in the Facebook thread. Bob, I don't feel like I'm asking for much here.
That's not a lot.
Yeah, I'm not laying out a laundry list of steps to follow. This is not like trying to log on, click all the boxes where you see bicycles. No, this is a simple instruction. All you have to do is put your score in the thread there, folks. You could win fabulous gifts and prizes, courtesy of our friends over at Crown Cleaners, the Pizza Kitchen, and Fan Run Radio. So the big story that's out today, we'll get into Tennessee and UAB here a little bit. We do have a lot of topics to kick around, but it is apparently been leaked out. I think Joe Castiglione leaked this again. Like he has a thing about leaking these scheduling stories, and then the SEC has to spring into action and make it official. But we'll find out next week, Tuesday to be specific, who Tennessee's 3 permanent opponents are going to be in the new 9-game conference schedule format.
Wonder who we're going to get.
That is the $1,000,000 question.
I mean, Alabama and Vanderbilt's foregone conclusion, right?
You would think so. I mean, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion, but that makes the most sense. Yes. I believe those will be 2 of the 3.
And then the third. The problem is we've got our other longest running rival is a bottom feeder at best. I mean, they suck every year. So, I mean, I'm sure it looks – I mean, why should we get blamed because our in-state rival and our direct rival in the next state up?
Well, here's the wrinkle, Bob, is that according to Brett McMurphy, the 3 annual opponents. They're not calling them permanent opponents. I love the way the SEC plays with the languages. The 3 annual opponents will be reviewed every 4 years by the SEC. So it's not permanent opponents. This could change every 4 years or not at all.
For us, I don't see it changing unless like they start to do relegation proceedings.
Either that or they do the deal where they try and do the balancing like the NFL does. They'll try and balance the schedules out.
I don't see Alabama and Vanderbilt changing, just like I don't see Alabama and Auburn changing or Florida and Georgia changing. But I could see the third game. You know, we've been quibbling over for years now. Should it be Kentucky? Should it be Florida? Should it be South Carolina? Should it be whoever you think it ought to be? And I could see it. I could see that angle of it changing after 4 years. Here's the thing that's going to be interesting. And this is where it gets political. And I think that the SEC might be making a mistake in announcing that this is up for review. But then again, maybe that's what they had to say and get the schools to get the schools to agree to move forward with this plan, is that, hey, we're gonna take a look at this. But now that they've made it public, you can see where this is headed, right?
I think so.
There's going to be a school or two that gets quote unquote screwed and saddled with tough opponents, and then us, for example, it could be somebody else, but we'll just use Tennessee as the example. You know, Tennessee goes to the championship or has a clear road one year, and Alabama, who played 3 really tough annual opponents, is going to be sitting there saying, hey, what's going on here? We played Auburn, LSU, Texas A&M. Tennessee plays Vanderbilt and Kentucky? That's not fair. And they would have a point.
No, they would. Hey, that's my ride.
Oh, I was wondering.
Hobo Bob.
Yeah.
Just tell them to
Boxcar Bobby.
Get them to send you a text or something?
Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly. No, you know, what's an interesting wrinkle is this every 4-year thing, because 4 years from now, this conference could have a totally different complexion. If, say, they added North Carolina and Clemson, which has been one of the things talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So watch what you wish for, because it could end up being like our third could be Clemson.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure that's part of why they want to, you know, it's not just competitive.
Leave it open to review.
Right. Competitive balance for sure, but also they're still kicking the tires on expansion for sure.
Such a great point.
We'll see if I wonder if Dabo's still be the coach.
That's a good question. It's just in Bear. He keeps receipts on everything.
He's got some Butch-like tendencies in that regard.
Tennessee announces its uniform combination for the UAB game. We're breaking out the carrot costumes for the first time. Orange breeches with the orange jersey and white helmets.
Be a perfect opportunity to
break out the orange helmet.
Just go all orange. Why not? Go wild.
That's what I say. You're going to do it. Do it all the way.
I do like the orange breeches, though. I'd prefer them with the white jersey, but it's okay.
Well, the thing that's interesting about it to me is back in my day, they would only do the orange on orange for a huge game, usually Alabama.
Right.
You'd wear orange on orange for a really big game to get fired up. Now we wear them for the throwaway games. We wear them when we play UAB. I think we wore them against Austin Peay a couple of years ago. We wear it as a way to sort of keep the non-interesting games interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's
not important.
No, not really.
Just an interesting note. I know people love the uniforms and they released that, so we want to make folks who are getting off this afternoon aware of all the news. And finally here, the big story locally, former Tennessee basketball star Grant Williams is donating $1.5 million to the university, Tennessee announces today. The money will be split between men's basketball, softball, and the Haslam College of Business. It's a big gift.
So he identified where he wanted it to go. I think that's pretty good.
$750,000 to men's basketball, $250,000 to softball, and then $500,000 to the business school in the form of endowed scholarships.
Nice.
That's Peyton stuff right there, man. I mean, I he's wealthy. He's not Peyton wealthy. So $1.5 million. First of all, I don't care who you are. That's a
chunk of
that
change.
is a very significant donation, particularly to that. That's cool, man. That's why people love Grant Williams. He's good people.
Yeah. VFL. I like the endowment thing too.
I think that's great.
Part of it, not just completely blow it on.
Hey,
sports.
Y'all remember Connor Shaw?
Yeah.
Quarterback,
South Carolina.
This is from our friend Chris Lowe, who this is just a couple hours ago. He said, spoke with officials at Simpsonville, South Carolina Parks and Recreation. Connor Shaw is in stable condition at Greenville Memorial Hospital after collapsing Wednesday while coaching his son's youth game.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I saw that last night.
That's young, man.
Very young.
He gave us fits, man. I do remember that.
Yeah, he was a nice player.
He was. He had a cup of coffee in the NFL, too. I want to say with Cleveland.
They tried and used him. Was he another one of those SEC quarterbacks that tried to change his position when he got to the league?
No.
You have a heart condition or something?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, it doesn't really say.
Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
Open up the phone lines here, 865-966-3435, your phone number to call or text to the drive this afternoon. Again, we're live at Barley's Taproom and Pizzeria in the Old City, Jackson Avenue, and it is a beautiful day. We're the only ones upstairs for the minute. They technically don't open till 4 upstairs portion, but I'm sure if you just walk upstairs, I don't think anybody's going to throw you out. We'd love the company. Would love to see you. If you want to come down here and have a frosty beverage with us, or perhaps one of their award-winning pizza pies. Coming up, the NCAA has adopted the single January transfer portal window. We'll talk about that. And CBS has released its list of the 12 most disappointing players in college football so far, and some interesting names on that list.
Some familiar names, to be sure.
None of our guys, right?
None of our guys.
Nobody's been disappointing yet.
No.
Yeah, except for the kicker.
Hey, come on, man. Ross.
There's some through lines to Tennessee football in this one.
Yes, some connections. It's 7 Degrees of Josh Heupel. We'll play it next, coming up here on The Drive. More Fan Run Radio after the break.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134 for directions and to look at the rest of the menu. Visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Tired of waiting for the weekend or good weather to play around? From casual to committed, Back 9 Golf has got you covered. Open to the public and offering flexible membership opportunities, they offer 24/7 access to 5 different simulators, providing cutting-edge technology, instant swing feedback, fun mini games, and a wide variety of courses to choose from. Perfect for that solo round you want after work, or swing by with food and drinks for an afternoon with friends and family. No stressful tee times, no rain delays. It's Back 9 Golf your way. Book your tee time now at theback9golf.com.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Carnes High School running back Cameron George. George led Carnes to a 24-21 win over Clinton last week. George carried 31 times for 249 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Beavers improved to 2-2 on the season. Carnes High School's Cameron George, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Good afternoon. They're trying to clear up an accident right now. A little bit of rubbernecking there on Pillsbury Park.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues on a Thursday afternoon edition of the show alongside Bob Baskerville and Bear. I'm Russell Smith, live today at Barley's Taproom and or Pizzeria. Come on out and see us in the Old City as we do the thing live here on Fan Run Radio. Walker Smith back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, answering your phone calls at 865 966 3435, your phone number to get on the show here this afternoon. Talking a little college football today. The NCAA making it official. This news actually came out late last night. They're going to a single January transfer portal window. So this will be a big change. It eliminates the post-spring transfer portal that Nico Iamaleava infamously used to flee Knoxville, setting in stage a chain of events that would ultimately lead towards Joey Aguilar suiting up for the Volunteers.
I mean, it worked out for us. Before, absent the Nico thing, has anything anywhere near that crazy happened in the spring portal period? I don't remember anything.
I don't either.
I don't know. Why not do it like for 10 days or 2 weeks, opening Tuesday after the national championship game? Why can that? And don't tell me school, because they don't care about school.
That could be part of the narrative, though. I'm telling you, I don't disagree with you. I think you're right, but they'll frame it that way because I could see it happening. I could see it happening late in the year, but before the national championship game, like once school is out.
And they don't want to have it
semester.
They don't want to have it to where, teams are playing in the national championship and managing the portal. But that was actually a pretty good quote by Brian Kelly. There's no crying on the yacht. At that point, you're chasing the dream. You're where 99% of all the other schools want to be, and you'll just have to deal with those problems.
That's right.
But it did hurt our competitive depth going in that Ohio State game. I don't think it would have made that big of a difference. But how many was it? 5 guys that opted out of a damn playoff game?
Yeah, some of them were, I would say, not necessarily all 5, but I felt like some of them were kind of inconsequential, right? They were guys that don't really play much.
No.
But you want to go in fully loaded. I agree with that. The one thing I'm happy about is, by all indicators, they haven't officially stated the window, but it feels like the spring window is, even if it's a single window, it's not an option. See, I think spring is the one that's bad. It gives people, camps. That's what happened with Nico. I felt like they had time to kind of sit there and quote, I'm using air quotes here, strategize. Their strategy was poor, but it gives you time to do all that. Makes the coach and the program their job harder.
Let me ask you guys, I'm reading this article on ESPN about transfers who end up playing against their old team. For instance, Jackson Arnold this weekend going back to Oklahoma, Darian Mensah last week going back to Tulane. Would you guys, how would we feel? I mean, because I have seen all the Nico rumors. It's I think probably a greater than 50-50 chance he's not back at UCLA next year. Nico leading the Vanderbilt Commodores to battle. I guess the game would happen in Nashville next year. No worry at all about that. We're just good enough that we don't have to worry about losing to Vandy.
I say let's ride, man. I'm sure there's guys on the defensive side of the ball that'd like to have a shot at him. I really do. I'm
maybe some of the offensive guys as well.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be weird, but we'd be at a fever pitch. The bad part is, God forbid, what if he upset us? What a bitter pill that'd be. See him and his dad.
That'd be tough. I'm sure they would handle it very professionally. Probably wouldn't give any interviews or.
I'd be far more concerned about Diego Pavia having like an 11th year and us having to go to Nashville next season.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they can't beat us with Pavia last year, with the offense as limited as it was on their home field, I'm not really worried about them beating us with Nico, who I don't think is as good as Pavia. Not really that close.
He's not as developed. Not at all. I mean, I've watched pretty much every game he's played in so far, and it's same old Nico.
Well, that brings us to the whole, would Clark leave and want to go down that path?
I think he'd just go get him another veteran quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I know Pavia has been a bit of a clown show as well. There's been a lot that's going on there, but I would venture to guess. Lee seems like a pretty no nonsense guy. And there's a lot of nonsense with Nico.
There sure is.
Magic Mike says, is Nico smart enough to get into Vandy?
That's a fair question.
I don't know. I have no clue. Didn't really keep up with whether or not he was a...
I don't think he seemed like a dummy, but...
we certainly had some guys that couldn't.
That's definitely just a family that did not put school first. I'm not saying that they overlooked it, but there are a lot of other things that came before the academic side of it.
Yeah, not as like we were talking about him just a few minutes ago. Like not a student like Grant Williams, where he came in and he was it was a big thing for him to get his college degree and not just major in eligibility.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting. I mean, this game just keeps changing, man, and roster construction is such a big part of it. This is going to be a major change where it's like your roster is going to be pretty much done before spring ball, and it'll give us something to follow. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to follow your team as your season comes to an end. Hopefully we'll be playing in this playoff thing, but you almost immediately transfer, for lack of a better word. You're thinking towards who's going in the portal and what does that mean my needs are coming out of the portal. Because again, you have 10 days to go into the portal. Once you're in, it's up to the individual school. You've got until whatever your last drop add date is to add players. So they have 10 days at the beginning of January to go into the portal. But for Heupel and his staff and the staffs across the country, you're going to be picking and choosing out of the portal well past whatever that end date is, the 12th or 13th. I mean, you'll be spending the whole month of January basically will be spent constructing your roster for the next year. And you'll pretty much know what it is by February.
So to answer your question earlier, Bear, I mean, that's where I was reading the same thing just now. It seems like this is the tentative timing still is January 2nd is when the window opens.
Right.
And then closes on the 11th, like Russ said, about 10 days. I mean, the playoffs go
almost to February.
Yeah, they go a couple weeks past that for sure. So I guess you just have to believe if you're a member of that team, one of those, by then you're getting to around the Final Four, I would think. At that point, it's like you would think, unless these guys are deep reserves, people are not going to bail at that point. They got a chance to play for a national title, I guess. Then again, if they're getting poached by some school that's saying,
I mean, we had guys bail at the beginning of the playoffs last year.
No, we know that's what I was
we were
saying.
talking
But
about.
I think that it's like, again, a lot of those guys were what I'd call inconsequential pieces to the roster, right? And so you might get some of that.
Squirrel, I mean, did Squirrel go in?
I didn't think he went that
I
early.
thought,
He was injured and he went later.
Was it Leacock? It was a couple of receivers.
Leacock, Nimrod, Caleb Webb, those guys.
Nimrod was a contributor at times for sure. We could have used him against Ohio State.
Sure. I mean, we threw Braylon Staley in there with like zero previous experience, and I think did he start the game? Like he played a lot.
I think Staley did, and then Sampson got hurt on.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Great memories. Texter says, "Do we really think Pavia is smart enough to get into Vanderbilt?" Touche.
That's a good point.
Who do you think would win in a Wonderlic between Pavia and Nico?
I'd still say Pavia. Pavia's crafty. He'd figure out a way.
He seems like a guy. I mean, you talk about having to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. He's that kind of guy. Or Nico's been a little sheltered. Probably not a lot of.
I mean, yeah. Let's talk about that for a second. I mean, because I think it applies with Pavia. It applies with our current guy. You heard Josh talk about this over the weekend. It's like that's why Joey's such a good fit. Is he's a guy who had to fight his ass off to get where he is now.
Kind of like Heupel.
Yeah, and what's his name? Number 9 at UCLA. It's been handed to him so far.
Mm-hmm.
There's just
this is the first adversity he's ever faced on a football field this year, and it sounds like they're already looking for their next spot.
Yep,
looking for the back door.
Just no inclination to fight through things and build off it. It's just tuck and run.
So in a brain game between him and Pavia, I'd take the guy who's scrappy, man, figures out a way.
Interesting. Kansas and Arizona State are in discussions about moving next season's matchup between the two Big 12 programs to London's Wembley Stadium. According to ESPN, the game is tentatively scheduled for September the 19th. So right at a year from now, will require schedule modifications by Kansas before the move to British soil can be finalized. Walker Smith, what do you think about watching your alma mater take on the KU Rock Chalk Jayhawks in merry old London town?
I might need that week off next year because I saw that news today, and it's not final because Kansas still has to approve some schedule changes on their side. But if it gets approved, like I'm going to go to that game. I want to go to it so bad. Like it feels like it's going to be awesome.
Walker Smith reporting live from London. We'll see if we can send you on the fan-run private jet. I mean, I don't like this in any sport, to be honest with you. Hey, those are two, I know it's Big 12 football, but those are cool venues to watch a game. Like these, give me the home and home game over these neutral site games anytime. And for the love of God, please don't give Danny Dollars any idea. Because we can make how much money by moving our game to London? Oh, I can bring my 3,000 friends from the Founders Suites and go in there as long as we don't have to wait in any lines to get into the stadium. Am I out in a minefield right now, kind of dissing on Danny Dollars?
No, I don't think so. That seems to be kind of the feeling around town. I mean, not to burn him down or anything, but everything was working fine over there on getting into the stadium for, I mean, like the past 40 years is when they finished out the bowl and everything. And
no, that's what I said on Sunday over the weekend is like, this looks like a solution in search of a problem.
Exactly.
But
you could that was one of the easiest stadiums to get in and out of. It just flowed in and you just flowed right back on out.
Getting back to the issue of playing games overseas, I mean, is this something that we'll see SEC teams entertain?
I sure hope not, but
you're going to have to come off a lot of money. That's an expensive ass trip for
London. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine a couple of thousand Bammers or like Mississippi State fans and their cowbells and the Southern accents I mean, hell, 20,000 drunken Tennessee and Georgia fans going into London. They've never seen anything like that.
That's about par for the course over there with the soccer hooligans, to be fair.
I mean, currency exchange notwithstanding, I mean, if you think about it, well, not from here, but distance-wise, like from New York to London is essentially the same distance time-wise and everything if you were flying to L.A. So I don't know that much about it in that regard, but it's definite upheaval, because I think it's got to set your scheduling back and everything else for your program like multiple weeks. I'm amazed that did Iowa State and Kansas State both have games stateside like the following weekend?
No, I think they had open days, didn't they?
After week 0?
Kansas State
Kansas came up
next week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, is it a good idea to get SEC fans, around the Irish and, especially, it's where we come from. And
I just hope they take the cameras for that Netflix show. There'd be a lot of, you think Avery Johnson's dad getting in a fight outside in the puddle is bad. Wait till you see the Harvey Updikes of the world taking over there.
That'd be friends of mine do a series on A&E that's like big stadium lockups. Like they've gone to NFL stadiums because some of these NFL stadiums have like
precinct houses.
Yeah, mini jails down in the catacombs of the stadium. Take that over to if they were in the UK or somewhere.
Do we have a holding cell in Neyland?
No, I've never heard of one. Have you?
I don't know. I haven't heard that.
And here's another thought. I mean, do we really want SEC fans combining with like British hooligan culture?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It could be a really fascinating reality show of the
I want to
aftermath.
see it.
What, them coming back with that newfound knowledge of
Yeah.
hooliganism?
Yeah. I'll come back with like Peaky Blinders hats on.
Either that or like Doc Martens and
Yeah.
peg leg jeans and
Yeah.
brass knuckles.
That's all I need are a bunch of idiot Georgia fans barking at me with a British accent.
Yeah.
Derek on the text box says, we should only wear orange pants against teams we should slaughter. I feel like the record isn't all that great otherwise. Well, that's the
good
thing.
point,
I mean,
Derek.
well, here's the thing. Like the alternate uniforms, if you only save them for the quote unquote big games, you're going to lose some of those games. That was my point with the smoky grays, because we debuted those during the Troubles when we weren't very good. And so we're always wearing them in big games against big teams who are kicking our ass. And fans would inevitably, as fans do, like Bear does with the orange helmets, start to say, well, it's the jersey's fault. It's the smoky gray. It's the helmet's fault that we're losing. It's like, no, you're actually just playing good teams. My thing was, wear the smoky grays against UTEP. Wear them against UTC. It gives another element of intrigue to a very uninteresting game. But B, you'll win the game. And then fans won't be saying, oh, look, I told you it was the uniforms that lost the game for you.
Well, I mean, part of it is over the years, they pulled them out mainly, the orange on orange, like as you noted earlier, was mainly against Alabama. And then people just associate that uniform scheme with getting our brains beaten absolutely out of our ears.
Have we talked about this is on the subject of uniforms. Have we talked about the black basketball uniforms that Barnes introduced this season? I didn't like them. I know he was trying to mimic the baseball jerseys and everything.
The dark mode.
You want to speak to the manager, Bob? I mean,
you're the one who knows.
You register a
Bob.
complaint?
Me and
Yeah, exactly.
Can't do anything.
Well, it was his idea, so
you walk over across the street and tell him.
They look like practice.
That's what I thought. That was like practice gear.
Story I'd heard was he was in love with the dark mode baseball uniforms. You saw him wearing that jersey in Omaha in 2024 during the championship, and he went and told the people who designed the uniforms at UT, I want that. And so they came back with a dark mode uniform, and it was similar, but it wasn't the same. And the story I heard was Barnes was like, no, I want that. And so like the dark mode that we wore last year was exactly, it was just a sleeveless version of the baseball uniform.
Yeah.
Are you saying you don't like your neighbor's fashion choices, Bob?
Sure, I'll go there.
No, what about, was it the smoky grays that I really liked? Was that not back when we were still with Adidas, the basketball team?
Those were great. They only wore those once, though, the Adidas ones. They wore them in the SEC tournament.
They looked fantastic.
They were fantastic. I agree. I agree.
Like the best out of any sports Smoky Grays.
I remember Armani Moore rocking it.
The designer.
Maybe he designed them.
Hey, real quick, I know break's probably coming. Somebody on the text box wrote, and I am down with this. Imagine slamming some Guinness with the boys in Ireland before Tennessee versus Notre Dame.
I mean, you want the Brits out of Ireland.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of damn Tennessee fans over there.
I would never give up a chance to play Notre Dame in Neyland Stadium. Now, if it's a home and home and Notre Dame, being the Fighting Irish, wants to play their home game over there, I guess that's their call. Maybe that would be kind of cool. Seems to me it would give them a little bit of an unnatural advantage. But no, I don't want to. I would like to go. Like if that happened and it's going to happen, I would.
You'd want to go.
That would be fun, but college football belongs on college football campuses. What are we doing, man? What are we doing?
The only other thing, it's a small thing, but I would worry. The field that they played on this year didn't seem like it was that good. I'd hate for somebody to go all the way over there, playing on a different type of turf than they're used to, and somebody end up tearing their knees up.
This one would be.
Oh, go ahead, Walk.
This one would be a little different. I mean, they're going to be in the nicest stadium in the UK for this one. It's not the big one in Ireland. It's Wembley Stadium. Like, that thing is meant to be a state-of-the-art, one of the best arenas on planet Earth.
It's not as good as the Etihad, but, I mean.
One more uniform thing. This comes from another texter in the 931. They say, Jersey thoughts. What if they do a creamsicle alternate uniform? This is for football, I presume. Yeah, it is. With the old school Vols in cursive on the helmet. How do we feel about that with the helmet?
Don't mess with your helmet,
No
man.
power T, just Vols.
We've got the most recognizable helmet.
It'll probably happen someday, but I'm going to be up on the porch about it. I guarantee you. Quick timeout. The drive continues. 865-966-3435. Love the texts. Keep them coming. If you want to call the old-fashioned way, you can do that as well. 865-966-3435. More Fan Run Radio coming up live today at Barley. Stay with us.
The Drive. 105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor. But we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling, We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Good afternoon. Wrapping up the paperwork on this wreck, Pillsbury Parkway southbound at Dutchtown Road. It's got a little bit heavier out here through downtown Knoxville just in the last few minutes with that volume on 40 east and west at 275. Watch for a little bit of radar. I-40 traveling up through Sevier County into Jefferson County. If your check engine light comes on, don't panic. Google search Knuckle Busters Amco Knoxville. Amco serving East Tennessee since 1962. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Fan Run Radio, The Drive continues on a Thursday afternoon edition of the show. Hey, coming up tomorrow, a very exciting announcement. We will be live at Calhoun's on the River. Great place to get ready for the game. We'll have Rogers Keys. We'll have Logan Quinton talking high school ball. We'll have the Sheik dishing out a few winners. So make plans now to come out and see us tomorrow live from 3 to 6. We'll be out on the deck at Calhoun's on the River. Basilio will be there from 11 to 1, and we'll be hanging out between, just kind of, doing what men do at Calhoun's Saturday or Friday before a big ball game.
Drink cold beer and eat good barbecue.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm planning on doing.
I'm channeling catfish myself.
Catfish?
Yeah, you ever had their catfish?
Not a big catfish guy.
Not either. They're bottom feeders.
It's still tasty. It's good.
I got a note from somebody who works over at UT who says we do have, quote, a holding area in Neyland Stadium.
Oh, okay.
I think it ought to just be a cell like right in the middle of the concourse so that people can walk by and point at the poor sap who's
either that or in the north, or it'd be more appropriate for the south end zone, honestly. Just something like club level in the south end zone.
Did you see?
You have to have make it like a
like so they can
mirror.
watch the game.
No, two-way mirror, like really torch them. Let them hear the crowd, but don't let them see the game.
They'll put them on display, almost maybe shackle them.
That would be me, man. If I were so hammered that I end up one of those, man, at least me what, like Brandon Lay say, put the game on, baby. Let's go Vols. I don't mind you locking me up, but at least let me watch the game. Come on, this is cruel and inhumane.
I feel like you got to be pretty far out of bounds to get sent someplace like that during a game. I feel like they're pretty flexible they understand that everybody's lubed up, as they say, Bob.
I've seen one get escorted out, and it was not in their seats. It was in the mezzanine, or near the concession stands.
Hauled him out of there.
Yep, he was. Whew.
Well, I love watching those when the cop finally just has enough. Patient time is over.
Yeah.
All right, so CBSSports.com's Blake Brockermeyer has compiled a list of the 12 most disappointing players so far in college football this season. I feel like it's a little bit early to be coming out and just putting these kids on blast, but I'm also here for it. We'll read through. I'll read you the 12 guys real quick, and you tell me who's the most disappointing.
Okay.
DJ Lagway, Arch Manning, Cade Klubnik, Lenore Sellers, Caden Proctor, offensive lineman at Alabama, Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, Nico Iamaleavia, I don't know, never heard of her. Ernest Green III, offensive tackle at Georgia. Cover your ears, Walker. Sam Levitt at Arizona State. Gio Lopez, quarterback at North Carolina. Iowa quarterback Mark Gronowski, and then Oklahoma running back Jaden Ott. There was a big deal when he transferred there from Cal.
But he's been I think he's been bunged up, hasn't he? I would go with Lagway or Nico myself. Arch.
See, I would, yeah. Well, I think Arch is going to get out of it. I mean, I think he's not a Heisman contender, right? That's what's got to, we got
his first year start.
Yeah, everybody's got to move on off the hype. That was retarded. It was silly to say. So my opinion is I'm not putting Arch in there. I'm not putting Nico in there because I just
what we all expected. We tried to tell y'all this was coming.
So then that would be me taking it personally. I think the two top ones are Lagway. I thought Lagway was just going to go off this season, and he still may, like you were saying, Russ. It's only 3 games in. I'd say Lagway or Jaden Ott. Jaden Ott came in as one of the 2 or 3 highest regarded transfer portal guys out there, and whether he's banged up or not, he's just not produced anything for Oklahoma.
Yeah, so probably be rounding into form by the time they come up here.
Yeah, right. That would, yeah. I'm saying all that and watch him go for 200 and change.
Well, what about Arch? I mean, the Arch thing is fascinating to me because I will freely admit to being guilty of, I guess, buying into the hype there. But I mean, it's not like he was just. It'd be one thing. Okay, he struggled at Ohio State. So did Nico. They're probably the most talented team. 1 or 2 in the country. He struggled against UTEP. We've all seen the clips now, the cut-ups of he's not even close on a couple of those.
I think some of it is too. I saw a commercial he was on last night, and it was on national TV for Warby Parker glasses. Have you seen that with his dad? It's him and Cooper. It's kind of a funny commercial, but this is part of that. He's making so much money right now, and it's again. I just think that everything was too conflated with him. And again, you think about the level and it's been talked about, the caliber of competition he played against in high school. It would be honestly, Bear, someone and Walker, no offense, I know you went there, somebody at Webb going off. I mean, we know there's been a couple guys that have gone on to the league, like Chad Pennington. Really, that's it. But my point is, you can look like a man against that kind of competition sometimes, and then you get to the college level, and it's nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, Isidore Newman's, they play that small private school, like single A level down in New Orleans, and there's a big difference between that and
yeah. But this is his 3rd year of college ball, fellas. He's played a lot.
This is his second.
He hasn't played a lot. That's the whole point. This is the first year he's really getting extended reps. I think he's going to be okay. And that when I say that, that means I think he'll be a serviceable, good college quarterback. I just don't.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Peyton and Eli are his uncles.
Yeah.
No offense, Cooper, but maybe he didn't get the quarterback genes.
You're saying he's got the genetic leftovers.
I mean, his dad was a wide receiver. He wasn't a quarterback.
As they say, he would have been a fine receiver had he not had a spinal injury.
I'd heard some saying he might have been the best football player of the bunch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was going to be a really good SEC wide receiver. He has the spinal stenosis.
Yeah.
A deal where he had to retire medically. But
Cade Klubnik has not been impressive either. I've never been impressed by him.
I haven't gone all the way back to the Orange Bowl. I just never got the hype either. He was supposed to.
There's he threw for a bunch of. I mean, he led them to the playoffs in an ACC championship last year. People thought that he had bounced back, figured things out, and then he comes out this year with a wealth of talent around him, and he has not performed well. And again, one thing to maybe you could say, well, LSU. I would say LSU's not shown to be at that dominant defensively under Brian Kelly. You're playing them at home. You should score more than 10 points or whatever they put up in that game. And then
he had the 5 interceptions.
Georgia Tech, it's on the road against Georgia Tech, dude. You're a senior. That's why you're presumably getting paid to come through there.
To win those games, yeah.
All right, stay with us. Hour number 2 of The Drive, getting ahead of myself. Coming up when we continue live today at Barley's Taproom and Pizzeria. Stay with us. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive. The voluntary reaction.
This football season, tune into Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all, The Voluntary Reaction, presented by the Griffin Law Firm. We'll be live on the Fan Run Radio app as soon as every UT game is over, taking your calls and breaking down the game to levels that can only be described as beyond scientific. So tune in and drink with us from the keg of glory, or drown in the pool of despair. The Voluntary Reaction on Fan Run Radio.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Knoxville, get ready. The big sports show is coming Saturday, November 8th at the World Exposition Hall. Meet your favorite sports stars, Hall of Famer Earl Campbell, baseball greats Wade Boggs, Dwight Gooden, and Jose Canseco, plus UT legends Shamiqua Holtzclaw, Carl Pickens, and many more. Autographs, photos, and memories you'll never forget, all in one huge day. Tickets on sale. Get yours now at bigsportshow.com. That's bigsportshow.com. The Big Sports Show, Saturday, November 8th, Knoxville. Don't miss it.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area, from Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive. Even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Citizens National Bank.
We believe a good game plan is essential for success. With a CNB Plus Perks checking account, you'll save money with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and more. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the drive underway. Fan Run Radio live today at Barley's Taproom and Pizzeria. We got sports trivia coming up tonight at 7 p.m. if you want to come down and join us for that. Right now, we send things back to the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, where Walker Smith is standing by with today's Top 4 at 4. Walker.
Thank you. At number 1, the SEC plans to release the 9-game conference schedule for the 2026 season on Tuesday. The league will also announce each program's 3 annual opponents during the update. The 3 annual opponents will be reviewed every 4 years by the league's office, and the schedule will be for the next conference seasons from 2026 to 29.
On the record, Bear, you want Ole Miss or Auburn? I want Kentucky. Bob, who do you want?
I want South Carolina.
Oh, I want Ole Miss.
Walker?
As our third team? Or what do you mean? Like, who do we want?
Yeah. Assuming Alabama and Vanderbilt are 2 of the 3, who do you want the third to be?
Oh, I've said Florida, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Wow, so we all want different things. Will one of us be right, or is there a chance it could be some off the wood? Is there a chance we get like Missouri?
Part of me would like that simply just to watch Josh continue.
I'd like to see him restart beating Eli's ass.
Well, I mean,
the last time I remember, he stood on business.
Stood on business, Josh. Gosh.
At number 2, Kansas and Arizona State are in discussions about moving next season's matchup to London's Wembley Stadium, sources confirmed to ESPN. The football game, tentatively scheduled for September 19th, 2026, will require schedule modifications by Kansas before the British soil can be finalized.
I mean, do they really are they going to have a bunch of what is the goal here? Because do they want a bunch of Londoners? I'm sure there's some Iowa State and KU grads in England who would go to that game. Do they think that a bunch of people are going to fly from? It doesn't seem like those are the fan bases that are going to send 10,000 people from the States to that place. Like if you wanted to do a game in London.
Oh, do the damn cocktail party over there.
I don't know.
You want to see a damn situation.
Yeah.
Get those idiots from Georgia and Florida together. See if they can break Oasis's pint record for one
Arizona
night.
State will travel.
We'll travel. I'm not saying we're going to be like, Tennessee would travel, but we'd show out in London.
Are you going to commit to going?
It's like a damn 13-hour flight from Arizona, isn't it?
Yeah, but people would fly that
You're a man
far.
of the world. You were in Europe in Paris, a year ago or so?
I would go in a heartbeat. If I had the extra money when it's time to book that stuff, I would go yesterday for it.
If the Vols ever play in London, we going? Like fan run?
Field trip?
We'd have to take fan run to the
fan run private jet across the sea.
We'd have to, man.
Fan run goes to England. What could possibly go wrong? Cody ends up in the Tower of London. John stuck on the London Eye. Bear passes out at Stonehenge.
How about that? I might never come back from the north.
At number 3, Week 3 in the NFL starts tonight with Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. Josh Allen and the Bills will face the struggling Miami Dolphins. Kickoff is set for 8:15, and the Bills are an 11.5-point favorite.
I hadn't seen him. I wondered what Josh Allen looks like as the week's gone on, because I don't know if you guys saw it. He got his nose broke.
Yeah.
Took a hand to the face.
No, he was getting tackled.
Yeah.
And I guess he said it was his face mask.
No, the guy reached in and clobbered him.
Did he?
Yeah.
But when I saw him describing it, I think he may not have seen that video yet. I had not. He thought his face mask just got mashed in, but
maybe I'm misremembering, but I seem to remember like a guy basically reaching in his helmet and, incidentally.
It might have been a
punching him
combination.
in the
All I know
schnoz.
is it looked broken after the game, and he was starting to get that raccoon look.
How long do we think we're seeing Tyreek Hill stay in Miami? Because he's becoming a.
I don't know. There were rumors that Kansas City.
Sounds like the guy needs to be in prison if all these ladies are to be believed.
Yeah,
He needs to get out of Miami.
Yeah, I could see.
I don't know. I'm kind of here with Russ. First thing I do is maybe stop beating on women? Allegedly. Is it even alleged? Isn't this one of the guys that got caught on film doing it?
I don't know.
He's totally immature and he's a bully.
That Miami situation's a mess, man.
Yeah, that guy, he honestly does not look like he slept in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That could be ugly tonight.
From wonder kid to ball's pretty fast for him. Remember when he was the next big thing?
I was fascinated by him for a while. I was like, God, man, they're such a fun watch. But it's like everybody figured him out.
No, yeah, Bob, I'm with you. This game, if you're deciding between watching a movie and watching this game, this might be one where you turn on a movie you've been wanting to watch for a long time. This game might be a blowout real quick.
I think tonight's
go ahead, Bob.
No, Walker. Tonight's the premiere of Black Rabbit on Netflix.
Ooh,
previews of that.
Black Rabbit.
Oh yeah, Jude
We got
Law.
Mr. TV all of a sudden on our show.
Jude Law.
All of a sudden, like the guy has been working in TV for 50 years.
Well, I
Where
know,
you
but
been?
it's like I didn't realize.
I'm sorry,
it
not
was-
50 years. Like
Go ahead.
30-ish.
That's a lot, but yeah, it's Jude Law and Jason Bateman. If you've seen any pictures in the past year of Bateman walking around with like scraggly hair and a beard, it was for
I've
this
seen the
role.
previews for it.
Yeah, looks good. Sorry, Walker, as you were.
No, you're good. At number 4, the MLB is banning team officials from watching amateur players or collecting data on them for a months-long period over the winter, warning executives that, quote, the amateur baseball calendar is putting young players at dramatic risk of future injury. The league said it hoped its amateur recovery period policy will alleviate the pressure on young players to forego rest and recovery, curb overuse, and keep players healthier as they strive for their future in professional baseball.
Seems reasonable.
I'm glad they're addressing the problem because it's an underlying problem in baseball. Like, why are all these young pitchers' arms blowing out so early? It's because they're putting too much stress on their elbows at their age. So where if you're trying to throw 100, you pretty much have to get Tommy John before you even get drafted.
I'm watching. They got one TV on here, and it's on the local news, WBIR.
Mm-hmm.
And they just finished a segment called "The Top 4 at 4."
Did we steal that from them, or they steal it from us?
No, that's what I'm saying. Get the attorneys going. This is a new thing for them.
Somebody get Jerry Givens on the line.
That's a total ripoff.
That's an outrage.
Just another trend
That's a
set
damn
by
outrage.
the drive. Guys are always setting trends here.
I guess so. They hate us because they ain't us. That's what they say. Thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at 4. It's brought to you by Barley's Taproom and Pizzeria, where we are this afternoon. Come on out and see us. Rumors that we're going to have a T-Carp sighting here momentarily. It's been a while since we've seen him.
So that one gentleman who hit us up on the text box and was recommending the creamsicles with the Vols in cursive on the helmets, he heard our point of view and he said, okay, fair on the old school approach, keep the power tee, but creamsicle would just look sharp on the jerseys and pants. Just stay away from the pumpkin head orange helmets.
I mean, I'd have to see a mock-up of the creamsicle.
Daily listener, love the show, guys. Take it easy and have a good day. That was nice. I wonder if the creamsicle would be, you were at this game Sunday, right? Didn't the Rams kind of had like off-white
They've had
uniforms.
that for a year, so it's almost looks gray.
Yeah.
Ivory.
Yeah, it's so strange. But they have some white on the side, so you can tell for sure it's not, that it's off-white.
Boy, we were down on the field near, the first row, got there early, and we're just sort of walking around, watching players warm up. Nakua,
yeah,
I think he's listed at like 6 foot 215. I mean, you talk about a tank, like just a huge guy. And that's how they scored their first touchdown, is on an end around. They just give it to him.
Yeah.
And he ran down the sideline, man, and it looks like a running back. Fantastic player.
I think Stafford still got gas in the tank too.
Dustin on the this is fun. You're usually monitoring the freaks on YouTube, and I'm watching the text box, but I'm kind of checking them out here. Dustin says catfish tastes like mud.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's what Dustin says. He's allowed his opinion. B.S. Osborne says, I agree with Bear. If it's not Kentucky, Auburn, or Ole Miss, would count as longtime traditional rivals.
Those are three.
Oh, he said Auburn or Ole Miss would count as
other than Kentucky, other than Vanderbilt and Alabama, it goes back to who the original 10.
I'll say this. If Tennessee's lucky enough to get Kentucky, and I say lucky from a competitive standpoint because that probably gives us a little bit easier road than most teams.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Danny White and I want to lock that in to make it easier on my coach, my program, I'm doing everything I can. We got the game. Is it here? No, it's down there or up there. I'm bringing that beer barrel up.
Oh,
I'm bringing that up there this year.
I'm just setting it over there on the bench.
and if they win, they can have it. If we win, we keep it. I'm parading that thing around and making that a trophy so that when they come back to review this in 4 years, you can't deprive us of this. It's a trophy game.
Well, they need to add all the however many wins, because they've got the years written around it. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember exactly what all was on it?
Do you have to repaint it and make it? Is it like the Stanley Cup? You have to keep adding barrel to make room for all the years and
I
scores?
don't know. I don't think that they had ran out. It was getting pretty covered, but yeah, you might have to. I guess they do that with the Stanley Cup and I think the Borg Warner Trophy, which I think is the greatest trophy in all of sports, personally.
The what?
It's a Borg Warner Trophy.
The hell is the Borg Warner Trophy?
Indy 500, baby.
Yep.
That they drink milk out of?
They actually
No.
they do a likeness of the person's face.
Like a sterling silver, like a
on
little one.
Each winner, all the way around that trophy.
So when you pick up the trophy, it's kind of like
that's pretty cool.
just
It ain't no
everybody's
Stanley
faces.
Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Lord Stanley's Cup is about where it goes. Well, in speculating on who will be Tennessee's third permanent opponent, I hesitate to do this. We only like to bring the most accurate and up-to-date information to this show. I think that's well established.
Mm-hmm. We are the show of record.
Bob and Walker's mishap a couple of weeks notwithstanding.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Okay.
I say that all to say this. Richard G. West is reporting that Tennessee's three annual opponents when the new schedule comes out next week will be Alabama, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky. Bum, bum, bum.
Wonder who Richard G. really
I was
is.
gonna say that's not much of a leap of faith for Richard G.
That seems to be his game, though, is to guess the obvious thing and then claim the I told you so. It's kind of a page out of Bears playbook.
Great minds think alike.
Will Richard G. West strike again? What's he been wrong on? You tell me.
I don't know.
Well, I guess it was within the past year or two, he just started hitting on his predictions all of a sudden. You Richard G. West, Bob?
No.
That's what Richard G. West would say.
You were on the I had a suspect list. You were on there.
Detective Bear trying to snuff out.
Yes, sir.
You got your little Sherlock Holmes hat and a pipe.
I did watch that. I did watch that the other night.
Inspector Caberbo.
Who's your Watson? McClure?
Oh my God.
Hey, I'll go ahead and stop. Yeah. It would be.
Bear and Cody staggering around Knoxville trying to look for clues.
I don't appreciate the shade you're throwing at my buddy.
Elementary, my dear McClure. Put down that Mickey's tall boy and let me explain it to you.
Wait, is that a soft pretzel? Hold on.
The best kind.
They are the
sausage.
Yeah.
Pretzel wrap sausage.
Coming up, friend of the program, Lucas Widespread Panzeca joins the show, 104.5 The Zone and Titans Radio in Nashville. We'll get his take on Tennessee coming off the overtime thriller that just couldn't quite get home against Georgia. To quote Axl Rose, where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? We'll talk to LP coming up next on many of these fan-run affiliates. Stay with us. We're live today at Barley's in the Old City, and we're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
You're locked onto Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
Ready to launch your career? Axel Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axel proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axel, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axel Logistics is the place to start your career.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hey football fans, this is Stats.
And this is the Sheik, and together we are the Cover Boys, and we cover college football like no one else.
Each week we preview all the big games in college football, and we may not tell you who's going to win, but we'll tell you who's going to cover.
Our patented right sides are clicking at 66% against the spread all time.
So join us right here every Friday evening at 8 for the Cover Boys on the official voice of Tennessee fans, Fan Run Radio.
And enjoy the winners, everyone.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco. Here at Knoxville Smiles, every smile is unique and every smile has a story. We would love to get to know you and help you smile brighter with confidence. If you've been looking for a dental home that treats you like more than just a set of teeth, we would love to welcome you to the family. Please give us a call at 865-539-1776 or visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Good afternoon. As it starts to build with more volume through downtown just in the last few minutes, 40 West here at 17th.
Fan Run Radio, The Drive continues live today at Barley's. Russell, Bear, and Bob back with you on a Thursday afternoon edition of the show. I'm pleased to be joined now by our old pal Lucas Panzeca, 104.5 The Zone and Titans Radio in Nashville. Good afternoon, LP. How are you, sir?
Afternoon, boys. Life is good. How's everything going?
Man, we're doing all right. Just trying to pick up the pieces after a disappointing Saturday. You know, it's interesting. A lot of mixed reviews. Obviously, Tennessee fans are gutted after missing the game-winning field goal, chance to knock off Georgia for the first time in 8 years. But we don't call it a moral victory, but there's obviously, you know, some room for enthusiasm coming out of that game. Tennessee fans feeling a lot better about their team, particularly the offense. Where are you at as an alum, as a fan, with your view of what is happening in Knoxville this season?
Yeah, man, definitely a gut punch, right? Like, that's the kind of game that if that's the game to end your season, if that happens in an SEC championship or in a playoff, then it takes a minute to get over that one. But when that game happens in week 3, with everything still in front of you, it's still a gut punch because obviously that field goal goes in and we feel the same way that we do about Tennessee, except we feel that way 3-0 with the record to back it up. And I think we feel the same way about the football team as we would if they had won, right? But there's just the mark in the L column, if that makes sense. So you come away feeling like Tennessee is a playoff caliber team, right? Like, nobody could have said that with any real degree of certainty or confidence until watching that performance on Saturday. You could take what Joey Aguilar did against Syracuse, but none of it felt real until we watched him score as many passing touchdowns in one game, doubling the amount of passing touchdowns in one game that in terms of the figure that they had in the Heupel era before that.
Lucas, aside from the missed field goal, if you had just one do-over from Saturday, and there's a couple to choose from, right? What would it be?
Oh, man, it's hard not to look at the sequence after the Stockton fumble. And honestly, that is kind of hindsight 2020, right? Because in that moment, I didn't have too much of an issue with it. You run the football, you try to get a first down. Obviously, they liked the look, and you settle for the field goal. Worst case scenario is you miss the field goal or turn it over. But you get what I'm saying, right? You can settle for the field goal, go up by a score. Would you have liked to see the kill shot there? Sure, but you know, what if they go deep on first down and they don't get anything out of it, and then it's 2nd and 10, and then you run the ball, and then Georgia knows that you're probably not going to go over the top, and you end up in 4th and long and out of field goal range? I don't know. We can look at it a million different ways, but that feels like one of those moments where they could have done something differently, guys. Because honestly, the 4th down touchdown by Georgia, that's just one of those moments. Like, you just got to tip the cap. Gunnar Stockton stared Neyland Stadium in the face and just dropped an absolute dime, just right in the bucket in the back of the end zone against a freshman corner. Yeah, but almost an indefensible throw. And then there's a coverage bust on the 2-point, but it's hard not to keep coming back to the lack of aggression there when you recovered the fumble.
Hey, Lucas, this is Bob. It's first time you and I are talking. It's good to meet you. I've been watching from afar. Really enjoy the work you're doing over in Nashville. Hey, the question I have is because we've done our level of coping over here with Tennessee losing that game to Georgia, but I said it last week going into the game that, you know, if this is a loss, let's take away that all is not lost, because I don't think any SEC team is going to run the table in conference and go undefeated. And as a matter of fact, I think, you know, you may not have many teams with just one loss, but what are your thoughts on who could emerge here? Because to me, it seems like there's as much chaos as ever in the conference.
Yeah, man. Think about where the let's just say the vibes are generally the worst right now in the SEC. I would say Florida, who came into this season as kind of this trendy pick to make the playoffs, right? Good defense, Lagway going to take the leap, all these things. I would say Texas is there, even though they're, you know, sitting there in a decent enough spot record-wise, but it just feels weird right now with the whole Arch Manning situation. Bama fans certainly are probably still reeling a little bit from that week 1 loss. South Carolina was this trendy playoff pick. They were looking to make that leap. They're nowhere close to that at the moment. And that just kind of leaves Georgia at the top of the heap in terms of the main contenders. LSU's still unbeaten, but I don't think they're being overly convincing. And it's early in the year, but the point is it's all over the place right now. A&M fans feel good. Vandy fans feel good. Georgia and Tennessee fans feel good. Everybody else feels like they're kind of shifting around in their seat a little bit, if not in full-blown panic mode, which would be the case for Florida and probably in some cases Texas fans. So that's the other part of that result on Saturday. Like, it hurt. It absolutely hurt. But you look around and everything just feels like it's there for the taking. Like just look out in front of Tennessee's schedule right now. If they can just take care of business at home, and obviously the Oklahoma game just looms, and we'll see what they do against Auburn. But if they're able to just take care of that business the way they have in the entirety of the Heupel era, unless they're playing Georgia, and they just split Bama or Florida. Number one, you'll exercise a demon one way or the other in Tuscaloosa or Gainesville. And then number two, you're in the playoff. That's it. You're 10-2. The question is, can Heupel avoid that road slip-up that has seemed to plague them in all of these type of seasons, right? The South Carolina game in 2022, the Arkansas game last year. Can you avoid one of these kind of slip and fall moments, whether it's at Mississippi State or, you know, whatever one of these opponents that can pop up and just trip you up? If they can just avoid that, you can sit there and chart a path for Tennessee.
Lucas Panzica, 104.5 The Zone in Nashville, our guest here this afternoon. Lucas, you mentioned Vanderbilt fans feeling it a little bit. Are the Commodores showing their gold over there in Nashville these days, or are they taking more of a wait-and-see approach?
I'm not really hearing from them. I mean, it's like, you know, we have these vibe checks every week. Like, Vandy fans feel great. Like, where are they? You know, I know a few Vandy fans, but I don't know. It's not like they're flooding the phone lines or anything like that, feeling all chesty. The ones that are out there absolutely are, and they should be, right? Like, this is a spot that they haven't been in, quite honestly, since the James Franklin era. To go on the road and beat a top 12 team like that, to have a quarterback with the moxie of Diego Pavia and actually feel somewhat sound about the roster. They haven't been in that spot in a long time, man. And you look at it, Vandy has Georgia State and, if I'm not mistaken, Utah State in the next couple. It might be a different opponent other than Utah State. But point is, they should be 5-0 when they go to Tuscaloosa. They're going to be firmly in the top, 15 at that point. They're sitting there at number 20 right now. So I'm not hearing from them, Russ. I don't know how many of them there are actually out there, but the ones that are have got to be feeling just riding this high right now.
I mean, I'm just looking at their schedule. You're right, Lucas. It could be 5-0 going into Alabama on October 4th. Then Louisville, Missouri, at Texas. Then Auburn, Kentucky, and then Tennessee. How crazy is it to think that there's this possibility they could be, 9-2, 8-3 coming into Knoxville for the finale and actually being in the conversation for the college football playoffs? That just sounds like madness.
That conversation has been toyed with around here. We're like, is this a thing? Like, is this something that is feasible? Because if it is, then all credit to Diego Pavia, who's going on the Feinbaum show and saying national championship contenders and all these things. But we'll see, man. I mean, look, I will say, we've praised Vandy. Now let's rain on their parade a little bit. Like, South Carolina, to me, always had this feel coming into the season of like a trapdoor type of team. Like, the vibes are too good. They feel too reliant on one player on each side of the ball. They changed their offensive play caller, and their schedule is brutal. And now here they are. They already have dropped a game at home, and they haven't even really reached the meat of their schedule. So we'll see. Like, South Carolina feels like there's potential there for a promising season to turn into like a 7-5, 6-6 situation. You know, the health of Lenora Sellers pending with the concussion. We'll see if he plays against Missouri this weekend. So we'll see just how good of a win that is. I don't want to take anything away from Vanderbilt. Like, I mean that genuinely. Like, I like Clark Lee, man. Like, and honestly, I don't know how y'all feel about this. Like, help me out, because I have never once in my life had a shred of animosity towards Vanderbilt football. And maybe that's a blasphemous thing for me to say, growing up a Tennessee fan my entire life. Every time we lost to Vanderbilt, I was so much angrier at Tennessee, right? At whoever the Tennessee head coach was, than whoever the Vanderbilt head coach was, or whatever situation Vanderbilt was in. Like, my bad feelings were always channeled towards the Vols, because the Vols, whenever they got on that run of losing to Vanderbilt, 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, whatever it was, they were the primary reason why they were losing to Vanderbilt. So am I alone here? Like, I have a really hard time. Baseball is a different thing. Like, it's two powerhouse programs. Like, there's some juice there. But am I alone in having a tough time having, like, legitimate animosity towards Vandy football?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, all right. No,
I worked up some pretty good animosity. I mean, I totally see what you're saying. Yeah, it's Tennessee's fault. They should never lose to Vanderbilt. But when you see James Franklin celebrating on your field and you see Vandy fans talking noise online, yeah, it gets my dander up a little bit. Not going to lie, but
I might have maybe I've got my partner on Friday Night Rivals, the high school broadcast here in Middle Tennessee, is Bruno Reagan. He was an offensive lineman at Vanderbilt. Maybe he's rubbing off on me a little too much.
Okay. Lucas Padziga with us this afternoon. Hey, LP, real quickly here before we ask you about the Titans, the annual opponents for SEC teams are going to be announced next week. Most people feel it's a foregone conclusion that Alabama and Vanderbilt will be two of the three annual opponents for Tennessee. A lot of spirited debate about who the third one should be. I think it should be Kentucky. Bob thinks it should be South Carolina for some reason. Bear thinks it should be Ole Miss for some reason. Yeah, that's even strange. Walker wants Florida. So we're all just at loggerheads here. What say you?
I would say Florida if we're going with just the rivalry that has the most juice. Now, in terms of favorability for the schedule, give me Kentucky every time, because you get to keep that rivalry component against the program that you've had almost nothing but success against over the years. So, but no, you know what? Like, give me Florida. Like, I really, and maybe it happens this year, but I'm going to be legitimately bothered if Tennessee is unable to exercise the demons of winning in Gainesville before losing Florida off the annual opponent list. I mean, maybe that's just, me getting caught up in it. It'd probably be a little bit better to have to play Kentucky over Florida every single year.
I wonder what Florida fans think about that. Like, do they even look at us as a rival as little as we, because they're certainly going to want to play Georgia first and foremost. Like, do they look at us as a rival? Do they want us for the same reason we want to Kentucky, thinking that, hey, we generally beat them, we'd like to keep them?
We had Chimere Dike on the show today, Titans receiver, rookie out of Florida, and we asked him that question, right? Who are the three opponents that you would pick for Florida? And he obviously named Georgia. He named Tennessee, and now that I'm bringing it up, of course I'm not remembering the third opponent he brought up. Maybe Kentucky, but yeah, I mean, I guess if you look at Florida football, like Georgia, Tennessee, and Florida State, outside of those three, do they have like a primary rival? Like, I don't know. The Kentucky matchup has been interesting over the last few years. And I don't know. I'd have to pull up Ross Dellinger's. What's that?
Carolina, maybe.
Yeah. That would make sense. South Carolina. So, I think they're both, Florida and Tennessee are both kind of in this space where it's like that third one could be up for grabs. So why don't you just pair them together?
Hey, Lucas, what do you think about it? Cam Ward through 2 games. He's looked all right. The Titans as a whole, though, it's been a rough watch. I was in Nissan Stadium on Sunday, and let's just say I did not stick around for the end of that one. I was about in Lebanon by the time the final whistle sounded. Your thoughts on the Titans' start to the season?
Yeah, it's one of those things where, okay, they're 0-2. They lost to the Broncos and the Rams, 2 teams that should be Super Bowl contenders. And if you told anybody that a month ago, it'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, now how did Cam Ward look? And you want all this context. And Cam Ward, to your point, has been the shining light of optimism. Hasn't been perfect, but he has been more a plus than a minus, which you could not say the same for the quarterback position, obviously, last year around here. But, man, it's just the offensive line has been the worst in the league through 2 weeks. We knew they had a tough task in front of them. I understand their right tackle's been out for, more than 5 quarters out of the 8 that they've played. But you would like to see a little bit higher of a level to show that year 2 growth under Bill Callahan with an improved unit in terms of the personnel. Drops have been an issue. Penalties have been even worse than they were last year. I mean, they were one of the worst, most penalized teams last year. And yet still, at no point last season did the Titans have back-to-back games with double-digit penalties. And here they are with 13 in one game, 10 in another. And so, yeah, they're 0-2, and that's the start that we all expected. And they even played the Broncos close in week 1. But they were also the biggest reason why they lost that game to Denver, not the Denver Broncos. The Titans were the biggest reason why they lost. So just a lot of frustrating elements. We're just waiting for this team to show what their identity is. You know, what can you hang your hat on? And this week you're playing a team that, you know, has got to, when we're talking about vibes, I can't imagine there's a fan base that's more pleasantly surprised by their start to the season than the Colts with what Daniel Jones has been doing. So we'll see, man. We were talking about it on the show today. This feels like a phrase that we throw around way too much. But in terms of just keeping people engaged and for people to show up on Sundays at Nissan Stadium, this feels like such a big game for the Titans, right? People will still stay tuned to watch Cam Ward and his progression. But after this game, you don't have a home game until October 19th. Who do you play October 19th? Mike Vrabel and the New England Patriots at home. So how are you positioning yourself? Like, what is the discussion going to be around the Titans on a 3-game road trip coming back to play Mike Vrabel and the Patriots, who have at least on par of a roster with yours, if not worse? So we'll see, man. This next month are going to be very telling for the Brian Callahan era.
Keeping it on that whole topic of the offensive line, you know, with Latham being out, I mean, give us a grade of that offensive line. I mean, does his return, how much does that really fix at this point? Or is there just so many holes, it's just going to be a lot to overcome?
Yeah, it'll help for sure. You know, again, he played less than 3 quarters in week 1, so it's hard to make a real determination. Dan Moore Jr. has struggled at left tackle. Like, there's just no way around it. He's had some really, really tough assignments, but he's had a struggling start to his season. Peter Skoronski's been excellent. Like, that's one dude that at left guard has graded out in every metric, everything you could want. Lloyd Cushenberry has been, you know, fine. And then Kevin Zeitler at right guard, I think, has had a few issues. The veteran, obviously, has had a great career, but he's had some penalty issues, and he left the game with a bicep injury. He's popped up on the injury report now, so wonder if his status is in question for Sunday. So to answer your question, yes, J.C. Latham coming back obviously helps the situation, and we'll see just how much facing, you know, they're coming off a stretch where they face 2 of the best defensive fronts in the NFL, in the Broncos and Rams. The Colts can affect the quarterback, but it's not as much of a threat. If the Colts are just getting to the backfield and they're sacking Cam Ward 4 times this week, then you've got a huge problem. Because then you face the Texans, and they also have an elite defensive front in the following week in Houston. But, yeah, there's no doubt that's been one of the biggest disappointments through 2 weeks because, honestly, in training camp, we were very cautiously saying this, but we were like, could the offensive line be one of their biggest strengths? Like, they've got first-round picks, they've got big money free agents, and it's year 2 under Bill Callahan. Like, yeah, it should be improved, and it hasn't been the case. 2 weeks, dealing with injuries, played some really good defenses, but they've got to reverse some trends here starting on Sunday.
Yeah, it seems like just yesterday we're coming off a 12-win season and feeling pretty good about the Titans, and boy, how the turntables have.
Life comes at you fast.
Yes, they do. All right, Lucas, well, good luck with all that in Nashville. We'll be talking to you again soon, listening to you, of course, on Titans Radio. He does a great job, of course, 104.5 The Zone, as well, the Buck Rising Show, weekdays in Music City. Lucas Panzica, thanks so much, man.
Thanks, boys. Talk to y'all soon.
Thank you, Lucas.
LP announcing his presence with authority this afternoon here on The Drive. Got to take a quick time out. We're live this afternoon at Barley's in the Old City. I don't know about you boys, but I'm getting a little hungry. Almost pizza time over here. And perhaps a cold beverage or 2. Stay with us. We'll let you know about this developing situation as we roll through the program this afternoon. 865-966-3435. If you want to chime in, your number to get on board, call or text The Drive, 865-966-3435. Back with more Fan Run Radio right after this.
The Drive.
the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit matlocktireservice.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Taproom and Pizzeria.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your home exterior needs. If your home needs new siding, windows, doors, gutters, handrails, a deck, or a new roof, then give my friends at North Knox Siding and Windows a call at 865-689-0505. You can also visit their showroom at 5618 North Broadway. Locally owned and operated and proudly serving all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas, North Knox Siding and Windows. Online at northnknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
It's football time in Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for the drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Good afternoon. It's got a little bit heavier through downtown, right on schedule, actually, on 40 East and West here at 275 Western Avenue. It's cranking up pretty good across that Solway Bridge, trying to get out of the Oak Ridge area. They were still wrapping up an accident in Cott County this afternoon, slowing down traffic on 40 westbound near Newport. Again, that's slowing down. A lot of that traffic's coming in from the Carolinas.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. We're live this afternoon at Barley's Taproom and Pizzeria. Russell, Bob, and Bear back with you. Walker Smith is a one-man wrecking crew back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, doing a fantastic job for us here this afternoon. Somebody at the text box says, do you worry that our other 6 games next year could be brutal if they give us Vanderbilt and Kentucky? Sankey the commie might punish us.
I think the answer to your question is yes, but I think everybody gets so focused in on who the 3 teams are going to be. They're
forget about the other 6, yeah.
Hey, forget about the other 6 teams that are going to be rotating on and off.
I mean, that's going to happen, right? If 2 of your annual opponents are arguably the 2 worst programs in the league, then it stands to reason that the 6 of your rotators, like you're going to have some heavy hitters on there probably.
Yeah, like next year we could have, for instance, Alabama, Kentucky, Auburn, Texas, and Missouri. That'd be your home slate. Your away games would be Vanderbilt, LSU, A&M, and South Carolina.
Yeah. There aren't going to be any cakewalks. We probably do make too big a deal out of, like, Kentucky being the third team would give us an unreasonable advantage. But it'll be used against us as well, for sure. I still want it to happen. Well, Tennessee, 2-1, and already we're getting into the, I guess, bracketology, for lack of a better term, of postseason possibilities. Heather Dinich over at ESPN does a weekly, like, if the playoffs started this week type thing. And she's got Tennessee this week as a 10 seed. We would be opening at number 7, Florida State. The winner would play number 2, Miami, in a bowl game.
Yeah, she's got the first round buys going to Ohio State, Miami, Georgia, and LSU. By the way, 5 SEC teams in her projection so far. Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, Texas A&M, and Texas. Boy, Texas is still getting a lot of love.
How in the hell are they still in the top 10? As garbage as they've looked on offense.
She projects them as the 12 seed. As a matter incidentally.
News to.
Are you sure on that? I'm looking at one that has her as the 12 seed is South Florida.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's how she's got them ranked. Florida would get that group of 5, so they would move into the 12 seed. But she's saying as far as
South
ranking,
Florida would get the group of 5.
Yeah. As far as ranking the teams that are in the field of 12, her rankings, she would have Texas.
I mean, the thing that you worry about in this setup, Bob, is like we're at the 10 seed and the last SEC team is like if anybody's going to get chopped out of there or screwed. This was a big we were so worried about this last year, right? About are we even gonna make it, or are they going to try and shuffle in some other I don't even remember what the team was. That are they going to try and leapfrog Alabama in front of us or whoever that didn't get in? And you can already see that this is how we're going to spend the month of November, isn't it? Like worried that they're going to try and shoehorn, I don't know, Oregon or Texas A&M or Iowa State or somebody in front of us.
I see what she did. She actually ranked 12 teams, but then but the 12 teams did not have the group of 5 in there.
Yeah.
She had Illinois in that top 12, but she doesn't have them in the playoffs.
What the hell have they done?
Well, they've beaten everybody so far. I mean, they're good.
There's a semi, I would say, for those two teams because of their schedules. There's a semi-elimination game this weekend between Illinois and Indiana. I think the loser of that game, that's going to hurt them considerably.
You would hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, if the committee is shooting straight with everybody about the strength of schedule component, so that, Signetti's not just going to try and job the system.
He's going to have some work to do, man, because his non-conference schedule for the next 3 or 4 years is like what we just saw, which is a lot of nothing.
Well, when you add in, that's the problem I feel like the Big Ten has is that, I mean, they're a lot more top heavy than the SEC. The SEC, we talked about it. It's the parity in the conference right now.
Right.
There's not much parity in the Big Ten. You got the haves and the have-nots.
Any worry? Obviously, there's worry. You're going on the road to Florida State. It didn't go well for Alabama. I don't feel like that's the same as going to Ohio State last year.
Well, no, at least it's warm. The thing that in the back of my mind that would worry me is, I think it might worry their fan base more than ours. Like we've gotten over, we got the national championship game over them. Got the national championship after, the check swing with Blake Burke, whatever happened there. And then we're going to roll in. Could you imagine rolling in? They will be.
We're there, Purdue.
They just cannot. We just screw them every time. It's beautiful.
Would you worry about Squirrel White and Jason Jenkins being able to provide Mike Norvell and his staff with insight to our systems?
I mean, everybody knows what our system is. It's choice routes.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry.
Well, you say that, but I mean, I feel like the story of the season so far for Tennessee, aside from the quarterback and receivers being better than we thought, and maybe the offensive line, throw them in there as well, it's like the adjustments have been real. That was not lip service, and it was more than I thought. Like when they were talking about, when we heard Nico talk about it, I was like, oh, they're gonna like have one or two new routes and a wrinkle here or there, but not. It's almost, I don't want to say wholesale changes, but what we saw this past weekend against Georgia
was seen a lot of that.
No, that's something completely different. All these drag routes and crossing patterns and all this stuff. We haven't
Attack in the middle of the field again. I don't know what would worry me. I mean, no offense to Squirrel, and I love him to death. I wish that he had finished out his career here, but unless he's learned how to catch a ball without falling down, no, I'm not that worried about him. You know,
I mean, this falls back into the Nico conversation we had earlier of just like guys you don't want to lose to.
Yeah. No, I mean, not so much with Squirrel. I mean, was Squirrel going to play in front of Chris Brazel or Staley? And for the life of me, I cannot remember. Mike Matthews, for that matter.
Yeah. Brad in La Follette in the text box says if Danny White is smart, he would hire a spokesperson. If there's one person in Knox County that knows how to talk to an angry mob that can't reach their destination, it's Mark Nagy. Well played, Brad in La Follette.
I don't know if Mark would want to take that on, man. They'd have to pay him. They'd have to pay our boy. He'd have to.
I was talking to somebody today who we were talking about getting out of the stadium. He was saying the getting out part was not hard. It was the getting out of and getting on the road. He said that he got redirected a couple of times down by the Strip, and then he's trying to get through to 17th Street and everything. He said it took like almost an hour to just get to that stage, get to the interstate.
Who could have imagined that taking Cumberland Avenue from basically 5 lanes down to 2 with a boulevard down the middle of it was going to cause problems on football Saturdays?
The handful of games that I've gone to since that happened, I've never come close to Cumberland. I always park either like on the other side of Fort Sanders. Of course, I don't mind a long walk, or like down near the river and just like get right on the interstate. I would be so mad if that was my plan, is to park close to Neyland and then just get right on the interstate, either you know, east or right there at 129 at Alcoa, and they made me take some circuitous route that led me back to the Strip. I go to extreme lengths to avoid the Strip. On game day.
Yeah. Back when I was young, I used to park. Did you ever park down at Tyson Park and make the hike? That was always a pretty good way to get out of there pretty quick. And if you can make it over to Western, you can shoot and be deep into West Knoxville pretty quick.
It's going to be interesting to see what it's like, because there'll be a big crowd again this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's UAB, but still, there's a lot of people who go to this game because they don't get a chance to go to the others, you know?
Who's our next major, like?
Probably Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get it figured out before then, because there were a lot of angry people coming. And I don't even say angry, like it was frustrating. I feel like the collective, the fan base, the collective mood coming out was like, really? Like what? Why? Like how is this possible? The other thought I had, and I know we've probably spent too much time on this week, but it's like, man, when you talk about the Travis Scott thing, you talk about the English football Liverpool thing in the late 80s, the Hillsborough disaster, like God forbid, there's a fire or
somebody just panics.
Some sort of where you have to get people out of there in a hurry. Like that was going to be a disaster, man. It just wasn't going to work.
Yeah,
like it's a fire marshal thing at some point. Like you would think that.
Oh, I'm sure they know. They did know. Approximately how much time it would take to completely evacuate the stadium. They have that somewhere.
Well, it wasn't going to work.
Not with the current setup. Now, before, as long as everybody kept their cool and exited order, you cleared that stadium pretty damn quick. Because there were so many gates and tunnels, and you could just poof.
No, I mean, I felt like that, but I'm just like, God forbid something had caught on fire in one of the concession stands. T-Carp has come. T-Carp has left the building.
Are you leaving T-Carp?
Ladies and gentlemen. He's got places to go, people to see, man. It's
fine.
T-Carp.
He did pat me on the shoulder. I love T-Carp.
Thanks for coming, buddy. Good to see you. But God forbid there had been a fire or something, and you really had to exit. Like, it wouldn't have been possible. People would have died. And not being alarmist or exaggerating. It would have been a tragedy.
Yeah, I was listening earlier on Fan Run to Tony B, and he basically said, what he was where you get those Georgia fans in there barking.
Yeah. We got to take a quick timeout. Stay with us. Hour number 3 of The Drive coming up.
The Drive.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332941.
Are you ready to make your dream home a reality? Hi, I'm Bo Kregner, and here at the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, we know that finding the perfect home is more than just a transaction. It's about finding your sanctuary, your future, your happiness. Our team is dedicated to guiding you every step of the way, ensuring a smooth and stress-free journey towards home ownership. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, we're here to help. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or just visit us online at bonoshouses.com.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Is that old tree in your yard starting to lean a little too much? Branches hanging over your roof? Don't wait until it's too late. Call ECR Total Landscapes today. At ECR Total Landscapes, we specialize in safe, professional tree removal, trimming, and storm damage cleanup. So if you've got trees that need to go, now is the time to give us a call. Plus, we're offering free stump grinding now through the end of the year when you use or mention promo code FANRUN. That's right, free stump grinding for FanRun Radio listeners. At ECR Total Landscapes, we live up to our name by offering total landscape services. In addition to tree cutting, we also offer a wide range of landscape installation services and custom monthly maintenance packages that create stunning outdoor spaces tailored to your vision. Give us a call today to schedule a free estimate at 865-384-2012 or just visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quit time on your Thursday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. Wow, the show just flying by this afternoon. We're live today at Barley's Taproom and Pizzeria. Big thanks to T-Carp for stopping by earlier. Always good to see him. And I guess he had to leave, though. He literally came up, said hello, and then left. Did you say something to him?
No, I said,
you
hey,
run T-Carp off?
No, I said, hey, great to see you.
I thought
he looked like he was getting ready to head up into the woods.
Sure you didn't flip him off or something?
No. T-Carp.
Curse him out?
Nope.
Yeah. All right. Send things back to the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Walker Smith has today's top 5 at 5. Walker.
Thank you. At number 1, former Tennessee basketball star Grant Williams is donating $1.5 million as a gift to the University of Tennessee. The money will be split between men's basketball, softball, and the Haslam College of Business. Williams is giving $750,000 to men's basketball, $250,000 to softball, and $500,000 to the business school in the form of endowed scholarships.
Yeah, I mean, a great gesture by Grant Williams, putting his money where his mouth is. A lot of people say they love Tennessee. Not many people give $1.5 million. I'd say the next football game Grant Williams attends, he won't be waiting in any lines. He can be whisked right in. He's going to be on Danny Dollar's ski lift, just going right into the Founders Club.
They'll have a dedicated gate for him.
The Grant Williams gate.
Nobody else will go through there.
Yes.
God help us.
That's so silly. I really, what an unforced error.
Have you guys seen some of the pictures from the Founders Suites? Like there's some of that stuff coming out from the weekend from like Peyton and Barnes and some of the recruits. And I mean, it's like wood paneled walls, low ceilings, air conditioning, big, huge, like makes the Regal Theater movie seats look uncomfortable, cushioned chairs, and
then meanwhile the plebeians are being herded like
cattle.
Mean,
look, you pay that kind of money. Like this is what Danny's looking for, and he's trying to scrape up dollars, just like every athletics director in the country. So it's like, how can I provide an even more premium experience? Okay, I'm going to give them this posh area to watch the game in. I'm also going to give them their own entrance. Like
then
you don't have to wait in line.
Gate somewhere that's very narrow and leads them off, and use the existing gates to get the majority of your crowd in there. I mean, it's just.
Here's my question. We didn't hear anything. I did hear a little bit about how tight it was in the corridors after the ETSU game.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about getting into the actual stadium. What we saw on Philip Fulmer Way going up Peyton Manning Pass, those pictures. I didn't hear any of that after the first game. Why was it such a – I mean, the first game was a sellout too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe people were wanting to get in there earlier or party too hard or waited too long. I don't know.
I kept thinking that was a factor for sure. It was like a glorious day, and people were like, "Man, I'm going to take it in as
Waited
long
a
as
little
I can." Yeah, and then everybody, just kind of synchronized, but not intentionally. Everybody's kind of trying to flow in at the same time.
I bet you people try and go in there a little bit earlier on Saturday.
Yes,
I don't understand why they couldn't have built like some type of covered up. Just something. Set up something that can handle the amount of people that. How many people total you think are hitting these Founder Suites? Like, how many people does that account for?
That's a good question. Like probably less than 1,000.
Why do you not have a set of escalators going up the side? Let those people go over there. Don't mess with how you're getting the other 97-something thousand people into and out of the stadium. Dumb.
At number 2, college football is officially moving to a single off-season transfer portal window. The D1 Administrative Committee voted to approve a legislative change that eliminates the spring window, but did not sign off on establishing a January 2nd to 11th as the loan portal window. In response to feedback from the student athletes, the FBS and FCS oversight committees will discuss modifying the dates and length of the window.
Who will be in the new January transfer portal first? Nico or Boo?
Oh.
January would probably be Boo, but
yeah,
I'm not certain that we don't see Nico hit it up before.
Well, he was at practice
done.
today. I saw Ben Bolsh from the LA Times had the photo.
Yeah.
Nico is at practice today. So that is part of the experience. Is he or is he not at practice?
At number 3, the Commanders' return to Washington is finally official as the D.C. Council voted in favor of the measure once more. The council voted 11-2 on Wednesday to approve the RFK Stadium project, allowing the team to return to the site it called home for more than 3 decades.
I think that's awesome. I miss those days. Now the only way you finish closing the loop is rename them back to the original name.
That's never happened.
Say it, Bob.
What?
Their original name.
Redskins.
You racist. Absolutely despicable behavior.
Tell you what the name of that team was before they changed it. It was the Redskins.
I mean, maybe
some people got offended by it. The majority weren't.
I mean, Trump can threaten to not televise their games anymore unless they go back.
Well, he threatened the stadium deal not to go down, and
he backed off
that.
Of that.
Didn't, yeah, that didn't work.
Richer
I bet
people
the players are
probably involved with that, telling him, "Hey, don't hold up my stadium."
I think it's great, though. I think getting them back into like the old RFK days. I mean, not that I'd ever been there, but watching them on TV, that was vintage football. It was loud. Them and the Cowboys,
and the Hogettes.
Yeah, that's right. They have that Redskins song they had too. I guess that's totally
Hail
changed.
to the Redskins.
Yeah.
Hail to the commies.
I don't know what it is now.
Do you sing that when you sing that, Bear? Do you like have with your hand over your heart? Hail to the commies.
Hail to the Chiefs. Hail to the
Khrushchev and Lenin. They're Stalin.
Hoi, hoi. I mean, they had a pretty good fight song.
They did.
Fight for old.
Nobody has fight songs anymore in the NFL. It's
You're
part
that
of the
one. Our buddy plays in the midday. Houston Oilers.
Yeah. All the teams used to have those corny little
Houston Oilers.
It's not a fight song, They just had like corny pop songs. All the English Premier League teams have those. They still use them. Terrible.
If you go look up Brass Bonanza on social media and Google, I should say, that's the old Hartford Whalers song, and it's not a song. It's just a bunch of horns doing this like musical interlude. It's pretty bad. But
sounds awful.
No, it is. But you talk about
that was an elite jersey though.
Yeah, and you talk to those folks up in New England, man, and they remember it like the day they were born. And yeah, the logo was fantastic.
I had a Hartford Whalers shirt.
Yeah.
Dynamite drop there, Walker.
Well, you're doing the Rushman thing, so I backed out of it, but go ahead.
At number 4, after 18 seasons, 3 Cy Youngs, an MVP, and 2 World Series, 37-year-old Clayton Kershaw announced he will retire from the MLB after this season. He has 222 wins, more than 2,800 innings, and over 3,000 strikeouts, and a career ERA of a 3.54 as his countdown to Cooperstown will begin this winter.
There are a bunch of the elbow patch wearing baseball writers that will not vote for that guy on the first.
He should be unanimous.
Yeah, he should be unanimous.
Did he have a performance-enhancing drug issue?
Clayton?
Yeah.
Not that I remember.
Why won't people vote for him?
He was a little prickly.
Well, because that's how they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it last year?
Ichiro.
Ichiro, Hank Aaron.
Jeter wasn't unanimous. The only unanimous player ever has been Mariano Rivera.
I appreciate Kershaw. Like, he's still pretty effective this year, and he's lost velocity, but he's figured out. He's got a curveball that still has. He can
still place it pretty good.
Yeah, he's got some snap, and I mean, he's ending the right way. I think. He got to pitch a little bit in the All-Star game, and that was cool. And time to go. I think it's smart move, and he's still going out with a little bit of game too.
Mm-hmm. And at number 5, a man told investigators that he has no remorse over trying to shoot his roommate with an arrow after the pair got into an argument over a vodka bottle that was in the trash. Deputies responded after the victim led the officers to George Balboni, who told deputies that he was angry with the victim because he went through the trash on Monday and found vodka. So he decided to kill him and described the victim as a, quote, parasite and has no remorse. The victim survived by taking the crossbow and hitting Balboni over the head with it and leaving him in the front yard. Officers arrived shortly thereafter.
That's tough. You try and kill a guy with a crossbow, and he takes the crossbow away from you and
Whacks
batters you with it.
Where was this at again?
It was
It's gotta
Florida.
be Florida, of course.
Yeah, it was
I guarantee those people sound like they started off life in New York City. You called him a parasite? He's a parasite.
You ever used bow and arrow? I feel like I remember growing up, we had bows and arrows all the time. Like,
I've never shot.
Really?
I had one growing up.
Really?
You were a scout, though, right?
Yeah, but we also had them like my dad
What,
just
in
got
your
us
garage?
bow and arrow. Yeah,
Played lawn jarts.
we had bows and arrows and
You've met me. You've known me
targets
for a
and
long
stuff.
time. You've met my brother.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a good thing, but I feel like my kids had never used a bow and arrow. I feel like that's a good skill.
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, if you're my old man, are you buying the two of us bows and arrows? We had BB guns for 48 hours, and they got taken away.
Hoping that the stronger one will kill the weaker one off, and then it'll be more money in Pops' pocket.
Yeah, we shot out every light in the neighborhood, like 48 hours.
We should have an archery competition. Fan run radio. You just don't see that anymore. I feel like part of the gun control debate, like if you had bows and arrows, you armed people with bows and arrows, and you really gotta want to kill a guy
Well, they
with a
still have
bow and
archery in the
arrow.
Olympics.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like by the time you get the aimed and everything, you'd be like, "Nah, what am I doing? This is crazy." No,
I'm really gonna rip this arrow right through this guy's eye.
Cop showing up at a brouhaha melee, a bunch of Robin Hoods, like
Either that or
Orlando
this guy.
Bloom from Lord of the Rings.
I'm just imagining the cops walking up. I can't. One of the names was Jaboni, but there's a
Officer
dude
Jaboni.
with a crossbow bolt sticking out of his chest, and then the other guy's beat half to death.
That's tough, man. That's tough. All right, thank you, Walker. That is the Top 5 at 5, brought to you by Barley's Taproom and Pizzeria, where we are till 6 p.m. today. They've got sports trivia. This is a great event coming up at 7 p.m. They do it every Thursday at 7 here at Barley's in the Old City. If you haven't been, you got to try it. Get yourself a crew. Come on down tonight. It starts at 7 p.m. If you can't make it tonight, again, they do it every Thursday night, 7 p.m. down here at Barley's. So make your plans. Come on down here and show your sports knowledge. You could win fabulous gifts and prizes. We love Barley's. Great pizza, great selection of beer on tap here. They've got everything you need. And we're going to be back here next week for the Mississippi State game. It's another Fan Run Radio listener watch party. So make plans to come out and see us a week from Saturday right here at Barley's. Interesting story from Mike Wilson of your Knoxville News Sentinel today. Former Tennessee offensive coordinator Jim Chaney is back with the Vols. We didn't know this. Apparently, he's been hired since late July. Mike Wilson just breaking the news. He is working as an analyst. He's working remotely. So surely, if he were on the sideline or in the booth, like somebody was, there's Jim Chaney. What's going on there? That hasn't happened. I guess he's working remotely as an analyst. Doesn't say how much money he's making or what exactly his responsibilities are, but never hurts to have another experienced set of eyes on what you're doing.
Yeah, at one point, I don't know if he's still got that kind of juice, but this guy was an innovator with offensive football, and I don't know. It does make me think now, given what we've seen this season.
You think it's Chaney? Everybody's been saying it's literal.
I'm not saying it's singularly Chaney. I just think that it's another point of view, though, that's from a guy who, again, I think was an innovator offensively.
Yeah, I don't think it's any one guy. I'm sure Seth Littrell has influence. I'm sure Heupel and Halsley have influence too. I think the biggest thing is probably just having a quarterback who can execute what you want to do. But there's no doubt our offense looks different. I mean, I don't know anything about X's and O's, but I know some of the routes we're running are different. We're seeing different plays.
Yeah.
Than we have been the past couple of years. And
I mean, that one Brazel, it was almost like a wheel type route. Yeah, I wasn't used to seeing him run that kind of route, the one he scored a touchdown on.
How about the touchdown to Staley at the end where
that may be the one I'm thinking of.
It's like a crossing, then he gets to the guy, and then he just goes vertical. Like that almost looked backyard. I don't know if that's drawn up, but there's a lot of that stuff. And I'm guessing that it's something where they just said, look, I don't know that the teams that has been figured out what we have been doing, but we got to do some different things, and it's got to be more than just a wrinkle or two. We got to come up with some new stuff.
Right.
And they did a really good job with that.
They sure did. We were sitting, remember that? I mean, it was just a few weeks ago. We were sitting right in this vicinity watching the beginning of the Syracuse game, and we both looked at each other and said, man, they look right off the bat. Their formation looks different, right?
Tight formation.
Yeah.
First play of the season, the little underneath drag route to Mike Matthews. It's like we haven't seen that stuff before.
Yep.
And we're seeing a lot of it. Now, the question will be the adjustments to the adjustments, because you know that these other vultures in the SEC are seeing this. Oh, we got to be prepared for this stuff now. So what do you do once they show that they can handle that?
It just makes you wonder if there was more collateral damage than we even knew with the situation with Nico, because they had to simplify things so much.
Yeah.
That it's like we lost ground in terms of offensive development. And that's maybe why, Heupel goes after somebody he's familiar with in Littrell, and he goes after, Jim Chaney now that we're learning, just saying, I need a lot of
I don't think they trusted him.
Yeah.
Bring Jim Chaney down here. I want to see if we're paying him. I want to see him down walding around on that sideline.
Well, I mean, does he even live in town?
He might be inclined to check out the Biscuits and Gravy Wrestling after the game in Starkville.
And 2 weeks in,
wow,
he's taking
listen,
shots.
I don't know if you saw this on the first page of the manual during your orientation, but I'll say it to you again. Personal appearance is not show fodder.
Oh, it's got nothing to do with appearance. I just know he likes to grub, and there's going to be a lot of it there. That's all.
But going back to the whole
personal appearance
quarterback thing, I'll just simply wonder if they just didn't trust Nico to make those throws, make good decisions throwing the ball over the middle. Because that's about as dicey as it gets as far as highest risk.
All right, well, we will open up the phone lines here. If you want to chime in on any of this, we'd love to hear from you today. 865-966-3435, your phone number to call or text to the show. We'll read from the text box as well. Bob, you got to run?
I do. You've offended me. I'm out of here.
No, I thought you'd never leave.
No,
About time.
I've got wifey's out of town, and I got to go. I got to do
party at Baskerville's.
I got to go do a pickup and get back over to the west side, coming from downtown. So that's going to take a little time, and I got to be there by 6. So I appreciate you letting me hop out
there.
early.
Hustle up, bud.
Yep.
You going to barbecue with Barnes?
No.
Bob,
No.
Bear, and Barnes and beers at Baskerville's. Sounds like a time.
It'd be fun. I don't think Rick would show.
The Smith boys, Walker and Russell, didn't get the invite, but We'll see. All right, Bob, appreciate you. We'll
Thank
see
you,
you
guys.
tomorrow at Calhoun's
Yes,
on
sir.
the river.
Looking forward to it.
Stay with us. The drive continues. It's Fan Run Radio. Your phone calls coming up.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Hungry for some mouth-watering barbecue? Then take the quick drive up I-75 to Rickard Ridge for some of the best barbecue you'll ever have. Fall off the bone, Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, and fresh hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has something for everyone. Located in Cove Lake State Park with a spectacular view of the Cumberland Mountains, Rickard Ridge. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Check out their full menu and catering options online at rickardridgebbq.com.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high-speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Tired of waiting for the weekend or good weather to play around? From casual to committed, Back 9 Golf has got you covered. Open to the public and offering flexible membership opportunities, they offer 24/7 access to 5 different simulators, providing cutting-edge technology, instant swing feedback, fun mini games, and a wide variety of courses to choose from. Perfect for that solo round you want after work, or swing by with food and drinks for an afternoon with friends and family. No stressful tee times, no rain delays. It's Back 9 Golf your way. Book your tee time now at theback9golf.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor. But we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same-day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220. Or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Good afternoon. Traffic's on the increase even more in the
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. Russell and Bear with you. Bob Baskerville making a hasty retreat from the premises here at Barley's Taproom and Pizzeria. Starting to get that good dinner crowd in here now.
Yeah. Got some people playing pool, throwing darts. They've got like a gazillion taps down there. All kinds of beer, video games.
Family friendly, a lot of young folks.
Yeah.
Here at Barley's right now as well.
Yeah.
Let's go to the phone lines and talk to Roberto, who's up next. Good afternoon, Roberto. You're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Regrettably, I couldn't join you today. I wanted to, but it's been a little busy today.
It happens.
Yeah. I did not know Jim Chaney was on staff, air quotes, staff.
I don't think anybody did until Mike Wilson dropped it today.
I mean, winningest coach in school history.
Yeah, undefeated, never lost.
Undefeated, never lost.
By the way, did you guys see old boy the Ball? What's that crazy guy's name? LeVar Ball. He's got a prosthetic leg now. They showed him walking out of the hospital on the first day.
Daddy Ball.
Yeah,
we got the diabetes.
He's got one leg now. They've really come a long way in peg leg technology since those pirate movies we used to watch.
Damn near run faster on those blade things.
It's like Tommy John, go ahead and get me a fake leg. Be faster.
I don't know how to respond to that at all, but I'll just say that I'm glad for him. I don't know. Maybe he needed to lose it. Maybe it was gangrenous. So, guys, how funny is it? I don't know if you've received your emails today. Season ticket holders received their emails today, and they were reprimanding people for setting up tailgates too early today. How fun is that? They're out here now.
What time was everybody getting set up Saturday?
They've kind of stepped in it with this whole thing, haven't they?
Brad LaFollette may have a good point about Mark Nagy. I mean, you'd have to money whip him to get him to do it sounds like. But, I mean, just somebody has to be the voice, be like, hey, that's going to be a really bad idea. Like a fan ambassador. Somebody for the common fan. Yeah, that could go, like, be in those meetings and before they decide to go ahead and pull the trigger on something super unpopular with the majority of the fan base, be like, hey, these people are probably not going to like that.
I mean, he does work for TDOT, so it's actually not a terrible idea because, I mean, he does have cross with stuff they have to run through the state government. That would make actual sense. I'm going to put in a call, boys. I'm sure it won't get anywhere, but I'll put in a call. It's such a black eye in the middle of this whole season. Like, this is supposed to be fun, and I think Danny forgets that us normies like to have fun too, just like his blessed premium donors. You know, I mean, we hang out with some people who are pretty heavy hitters that don't have premium seats, like premium tickets. They just like their seats, so by their seat definition, they don't get premium entry, right, guys? Because that's not like necessarily something you can buy. He's ticking off a lot of the wrong people right now. And I just find it very interesting, the tact that they're taking. Let's blame the band. Let's blame the fans. Let's blame everybody but us. I mean,
so you get an email today that they're sending emails to season ticket holders telling them what they want them to do this weekend?
Specifically parking pass season ticket holders about your tailgating, but yes, what you're allowed to do and a reminder of what you're not allowed to do. It's like, dude, it doesn't matter if you set up at 1:30 or 3:30 or 5:30 or 10:30 on a Friday night, your stuff, that had nothing to do with what happened Saturday. Not one singular stitch of the thing. And it really pisses me off. And I think that I'm not the fan ambassador you guys need. Trust me on that one. But I just think it's borderline reprehensible because for the majority, let's call it 97,000 people, they're bending over backwards for 5,000 or less people in lieu of not serving the 97,000. And last time I checked, those 5,000 probably give as much as the other 95,000 or 97,000. That's probably fair, but also, you can't have a situation like you had on Saturday. There was potential for mega loss, and no amount of serving the mega donors, no amount of that is worth a lawsuit that's going to cost you potentially. What if 3 people had died on Saturday, guys? I saw 3 accidents on Saturday. What if those 3 people had died? Is that $100 million lawsuit? Probably.
That would have been tragic.
And it would have been class action, and Danny would have been fired today. So he needs to get his stuff together, and he needs to stop blaming the commoners and the common fans, and he needs to look in that mirror and go, I'm the one who instituted electronic tickets. And they did that so they can track you. So they know what you're doing with your tickets when you're not using them. One, that's why they did it. And that was a cluster the first year. They finally got that ironed out. It's much better, to be fair. Okay. Second year, they start doing this premium thing. It wasn't terrible. When everyone was adjudicating what was premium and not premium for themselves, there was like 2 premium gates. Now from 14 to 20, so that's last time I checked, 6 gates on just the west side of the stadium. They're all premium. Like, let normies adjudicate themselves. And those people who are going in those premium gates, they don't hate us. They're just like us. And most of them party with us and drink our booze. And I'm just sick of it. It really is upsetting to me because my family has gone in the same gate 14, since I was 2 years old. That was my first game. And I've gone in that gate every single game my entire life, save one because we were running late and 21 was closer. That's it. And now you're telling me I have to go all the way around and do all this stuff. And here's a fun one, guys. If you, Rush, you know where we tailgate. If you try to go to 21 from our tailgate, they basically tell you to go back up the hill and then go in 9. Do you know how far that is? I'm sorry. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Roberto. Appreciate it. What he was saying there, I mean, that's the thought I had too, is like the people who go, I've been fortunate enough to, we have this caricature version of like the people who are in these founder suites of like the Monopoly man with the monocle and everything. It's like, I haven't sat there in the founder suites, but I've sat at just about every other premium area in that stadium at one time or another. And like those folks from we're right next to Covenant Health Park right now. Every time I went over there, like I would see Randy Boyd out there, like just meeting people, shaking hands, like working the room. Like I don't get the feeling that the people who have those the founders suites would care if the normies, as Roberto referred to them, are using the same gates.
Yeah,
like, it feels like to me, maybe I'm oversimplifying this. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But it feels like if you just said, you know what, we're going back to whatever the gate system we used last year.
The same one that they've used for years and years and years. Bring the band in where you want to. Those people are not going to get upset.
Yeah, I don't think people are. I don't think anybody who goes to an SEC football game is like, I don't want to be stuck behind, some bricklayer in line waiting to get into the game. Like, if I pay that, I want to I want to get in pretty quickly. But if I have to wait for like a minute or two, I'm not going to be like, I've paid for good money for this.
Give them the primo, but they get the primo parking passes. It's all that stuff. It's just a situation where I think Danny White and company found another way to squeeze just a few more dollars.
So now there is, there also is the 1% of the 1%. Somebody who works over there was telling me a story about last year. Some bigwig donor wanted to, drive up to G10 and find her parking spot like half an hour before kickoff of the Florida game. And she was just irate because she couldn't get up there. They're like, ma'am, this is the biggest game of the season.
We aren't going to.
You're trying to roll in here half an hour before a kickoff. Like that's just that's unreasonable.
People.
Like you're gonna have to get here sooner. And like this is a big donor, and she was all mad and threatening to withhold her check. Like that stuff does happen, but I think the majority of those people are like, look, man, like we don't want anybody getting caught in a crush here. Let's just let people in. Now the problem is they probably reconfigured some of those gates right there in the middle of the the 50-yard line, the west side of the stadium, to where they only go to the founder suites.
From what I'd heard, they weren't. That they were still dumping down, which made it even more baffling. It would still put you down on the main concourse like it always has.
Well,
is that how you understood it, Walker?
That's the way I understood it. I mean, me growing up, like my family, we always had seats at gate, and I went into gate 16 right in there on the west side my whole life growing up, and it would walk you right into the concourse, and that was one of the main gates. So, like, unless they completely tore that area of the concourse down, like that's where gate 16, like 14, 15, 16, goes right to that concourse right there.
we were always down right there at the very corner. Like if you're looking at the stadium,
I haven't been
southwest corner.
I haven't been there yet this year, but apparently they put up like fences and stuff to just sort of funnel people and where they want them to go. Yeah, it's like
that last year though, and it wasn't even that bad. Like it was worse than it used to be because they closed a bunch of because they had already started closing them for private suite entrances. But I don't know if they closed more heading into this season in that area on the west side of the stadium. That street kind of is really narrow, and it's really easy for that to clog up already.
No, I'm going back to something you said earlier, Russ. I wonder how they got around the fire marshal on this.
Well, I wonder if that was part of this week, is if somebody came up there and said, "Hey, like fellas, it's my responsibility to let you know that this is not okay."
Well, yeah, because most people, I mean, I can't imagine him doing it, but I mean, a fire marshal could shut just about any kind of gathering down if he deems it unsafe.
I mean, I bet
Go ahead.
Sorry, Russ. I bet the person who was the most mad at it was Chancellor Plowman. I mean, like, can you imagine how mad she was when she saw how this worked out and the risk of she would have had to deal with any type of lawsuit if anything worse had happened during that situation? I bet Danny White got yelled at for that.
You think Donnie Plowman yelled at Danny White?
No,
it was stern talking to.
What do you think she said to him? Walker, what do you think? Donnie Plowman, how would a Donnie Plowman dressing down of Danny White go in your mind?
I mean, it's the same way that like any superior would do something like that. It'd be
The way Ryan would yell at you if you
poured a
Coke on the board or something.
It'd probably be a little more graceful than what Ryan would be with me, but because I mean,
got it right.
He's been awesome everywhere else trying to build this program back up. But I bet Dondi was like, yeah, that's like, we get it, but this is something bigger than sports.
She doesn't strike me as the kind that can really deliver. Like, I just can't see her going, listen to me, little man. If you ever mess up like that again, you'll be making smoothies at the Tropical Cafe by the end of the week. You understand me?
I don't know.
Yes, Mrs. Plowman, please don't hurt me.
I don't want to call you naive, but I think you're being very naive if you don't think that Donnie Plowman is not aware of some major plan like that. It's a revenue generator.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying she wasn't aware. I'm just saying that, I mean, this is as big a headache for her as it is anyone else. And, you don't get to be in Donnie's position without having a blunt side to you, I'm sure. And I bet Danny White might have had to face that a little bit.
If only there was somebody in administration who has experience in ingress and egress of, entering and leaving a full stadium.
What's the worst ass chewing you've ever taken at work, Bear?
Me?
Yeah.
God, you have to let me think. I've had some epic ones. Probably by the end of it, I was calling the guy coach.
You were calling him coach?
Yeah, because he used to be the coach. And it got very quickly. It was yes sir, no sir, yes sir. Understand, coach? Yes sir. He just went full crazy football coach on me. I mean, he headbutted me, sort of.
He headbutted you?
And we bumped heads, yeah.
Got in your face a little bit. You could smell his breakfast.
Yeah, we went forehead to forehead. He was coming out the back door as I was coming in. I made the mistake of smiling. So, I've gotten
Sounds like a real nice guy.
I mean, you've lit me up a couple of times.
I don't think so.
Bro, you've lit me up a couple of times. 2, I can think of.
I don't think so. I'm trying to, I guess I'm a pretty good employee. I don't think I've ever really gotten dressed down. A couple of dude, what the hell? That kind of thing. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
I think we've all been there, but I've never had a guy just in my face yelling at me. That would be weird.
Mm-mm.
Not sure how I would respond.
Like I can't say I've ever been like screamed at.
Oh
for
God!
a weird thing. Like I've never been shouted at. I've been like talked to and told like disappointed, like you said, Russ, but never like shouted down at.
Oh, I got a ferocious ass chewing here at Barley's Taproom back when I worked here.
That's the thing I guess that I can thank my old man for is nobody had ever yell at me, get on me like he could. So it was never like I was never really worried about it. Well, if I pissed him off enough.
Well, I mean, I've seen him. Yeah, he's a grandpa. He looks like a grandpa now, but I could not imagine. He looks like he would have been a very formidable figure.
Yeah, you did not want to.
Back when he was young, and
did not want to piss Joe Smith off. I'll tell you that right now. Did generally not go well. All right, quick timeout. The shocking conclusion of the drive coming up. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435. If you want to chime in, 966-3435. We've got college football replay news today we'll share, and old guys in sports news as well. A couple of things to hit on before we get out of here. Stay with us. Back to wrap things up right after this.
The Drive. Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
Are you tired of spending hours on laundry and ironing? Let Crown Cleaners handle your dry cleaning so you can handle your business. Our expert team can take care of your clothes, removing stains and wrinkles like they were never there. Whether it's your best suit or everyday attire, we handle it all at Crown Cleaners. Say goodbye to laundry stress and hello to extra free time. Crown Cleaners, Big Orange Country's imperial dry cleaning service since the 1960s. Online at crowncleaners.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet. At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Good afternoon. It's starting to load
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. Russell and Bear wrapping up on a Thursday afternoon edition of the show.
Been a pretty good one.
Not too shabby.
Fall weather is here.
Oh, man, yeah, this has been good. Pretty relaxed. Looking forward to being out at Calhoun's on the river. It's been a while since we've been there. We'll be there tomorrow from 3 till 6 p.m. If you want to come out and join us.
I'm probably going to show up early myself and eat some grub.
All right. Well, should be a good way to kick off the weekend. Let's get Mike in here next. Mike, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, Mike, doing well. Thanks.
Yeah, I jumped on about 30 minutes ago and heard y'all talking about the congestion conundrum that happened last week. I know Bear mentioned something about the fire marshal and issues that could cause. I work in construction, and I heard, I don't know how accurate this is. I think it's true, but I heard that all construction that happens on the university campus is exempt from state and local inspections because it's technically a government institution. And so I wonder if a situation like this also applies where they're exempt from fire marshal requirements for other events.
If they are, Mike, I think that is a horrendous idea, that something holding that many people would be exempt from. I would be stunned if they're exempt from like safety and fire inspections there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about that does seem very dangerous, but like I do know that when they propose to build anything, whether it's Lindsey Nelson Stadium or Neyland or Thompson Bowling, whatever, there's a pretty lengthy process that has to be gone through when you talk about using bonds and stuff to pay for it and government dollars and all this stuff. So I would imagine in this modern bureaucratic society in which we live that there's some sort of safety oversight at some point in there. But if not, there needs to be.
No, I would hope so as well. Like I said, I'm not an expert on the matter by any means, so just a little food for thought. But yeah, I was at the game on Saturday, and it was an absolute shit show. I mean, we usually enter in the gate 10 to go up to the upper bowl, and we usually tailgate in Circle Park, and the route we take is kind of down the hill towards that corner, and we started going down that way, and there's just a fence, like a temporary fence line that blocks the entire access, and then it pushes you left down towards like the 50-yard line, West Tower, and that's where the whole like herd of people was. And so one thing I was thinking about was like you have these like eight or 10 premium gates right there, but those people that are, I mean, we were trying to get in the stadium about 30 minutes before kickoff as we normally would in previous years. But if you're a premium ticket holder trying to get through those gates, you can't even get to the gate. So it's like, what's the point of having 8, 9, or 10 premium gates if people can't even get there?
Yeah, there was a photo, I think I saw it on the 247 website, of like from the press box looking down on Philip Fulmer Way before the game. And they've got just this huge area fenced off right in the middle of the street, and there are fences around, and people just trapped like pigs in a pen around it. And it just, it doesn't look right. You're like, man, what's going on here? This is not very productive. So they've obviously had a lot of meetings about it. I'm sure there have been some ass chewings about it as well, and we'll see if anything changes this weekend. But as several people have said, I think there will be 100,000 people there this weekend, but all it takes is an extra 1,000 or 2,000 for one of these big games like we had last week, and like we won't have again until probably Oklahoma. We'll see how big a deal the Arkansas game is, but there's really no way to know until we get there. So hopefully it goes smoother this time around.
Yeah, Peyton Manning Pass, where you go down that hill from Circle Park. I mean, it was backed up pretty much to Circle Park. Like, and we were there. We were stuck for like 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
I looked down, and people weren't even moving. That was the thing that was like most frustrating. Was like usually you can, you look forward and there's at least some movement. There was no movement at all anywhere. So we just cut back like towards Circle Park and made a giant circle and finally got it. We were one of the lucky ones that were able to get to our seats before kickoff. But if we would have stayed trying to go that route, there's no way we would have made it. But I think the most ironic and frustrating part to me is we have and for years have had a top 5 supply chain program in the country. We literally have an entire program dedicated to logistics, and we can't even figure it out on our own campus. But
something like that shouldn't happen here, huh?
Right. But hopefully they figured it out and hear the outrage and it works out. But thanks for having me on. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Wrapping up on a Thursday afternoon edition of the show. A couple things on the way out the door here, Bear.
I've got one for you.
The Big 12 is going to start showing video from the Conference Replay Center. Did you watch any of the Georgia Tech Clemson game?
Some of it, but I didn't see what you were talking about.
They had they showed the audio of when the referee goes over and communicates with the replay center, and it was very informative, man. It made me feel better about what goes on there, because I think as fans, I think as fans we're sitting there like, oh, what are these clowns doing? But at least from the one I saw, like, it was a very orderly process. Like everybody was super professional. The referee asked good questions, and it was executed well. Now, what happens when you have a really controversial call? It'll be interesting to see, but it's not like some guy in there with Cheetos all over his shirt, like, oh, let's see how we can screw over Clemson this time. None of that stuff. That we just assume, I think, as fans is what's some guy down in Birmingham wanting to stick it to the Vols. So the Big 12 is going to start doing that, just video only this year, and then they're going to go audio as well next year. I hope the SEC does that. It would, I think.
I'd be surprised if they did, but you never know. They might.
I mean, if it goes anything like it does for the ACC, I'll be fine with that. All people want is transparency, right? If a call goes against Tennessee and you're upset about it, but I can see the thought process and how they arrived at the conclusion that they did, that will, I mean, it will, when you don't have any transparency, that's when we start filling in the gaps with, well, it's obviously they're trying to screw us over. A guy doesn't know what he's doing. I doubt that's what's actually happening, but that's what we're going to say is happening when.
Well, yeah, because in the absence of information, you supply your own facts for it. I mean, it looks murky sometimes.
And then finally, we've got a guy in Pennsylvania, 58-year-old Tom Sillo, is going out for the team. He's playing at Lycoming College. He's 58 years old, defensive lineman, and he said that he thought, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to write the script, and I'm not going to let anybody talk me out of it. I'm going out for the team. Reached out to the head coach about trying out. Coach realized he was serious, let him have his shot, and said, yeah, I think we can find a spot for you. So he's out there competing against guys less than half his age. He's 58 years old. Bear, I think you're a little bit younger than that, actually.
I am.
What do you think?
I think that guy's an idiot. He's going to end up severely hurt.
You could go out there and give a couple of snaps.
Oh, I'm retired.
Getting your 3-point stance and bang heads with some guys. It's not like he's a kicker. He's playing D-line.
D-line, yeah. I mean, dude, why would you want to run the risk of getting concussions at this age? So,
Coach said in the weight room, he's a beast. He can throw around some weight. He can deadlift. I've seen video of him pulling a fire truck. It gets everyone's energy going and makes our team better.
Yeah, until that guy ends up having a heart attack or getting killed on the field. Hey, did you hear the big explosion overnight real quick on the way out the door?
I thought it was just the chili I had for dinner.
No, it was not. Apparently, there's some kind of massive crash out past Campbell Station, but the video is pretty wild. Like it lit up the sky out there in Farragut.
Fireball? Is somebody hurt?
Oh yeah, I don't know about injuries or anything, but yeah, I mean it was. You could see the glow in the west of town last night.
I hope everybody's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks to Barley's for having us out here this afternoon. It's been swell. Big thanks to Walker Smith for all his hard work behind the scenes in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. For Bob and Bear, I'm Russell Smith. We'll be live tomorrow at Calhoun's on the River. We'll talk to you then.